Well, hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you all so much for joining me. Tonight, we are talking about the case of Jack and Lilly Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025, just over a year ago now, actually 13 months yesterday. Daniel Martell has a court date set for July 7th, 2026. 3 unrelated charges, and the public is asking and watching it very closely because Jack and Lilly Sullivan are still missing. They are unrelated, but are they? Well, we don't know, but we're going to see what happens in a few days from now. Tonight, we're going to be diving really deep into some things for our members only live tomorrow. It's going to be a bombshell. A lot to talk about on the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace. Smile through pain with a painted face. They call me too loud, too much, too strong. But honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's the twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my pain, but I'll rise again. Just watch me
I with the helicopter. I with you. Praise the Lord.
And written off.
Yes.
Judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my clothes, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Rolling in, guys.
Coming in clutch, better tighten them pearls, rubbing cold facts. Got the truth for the world, no smoke, no fluff. Just the real that we trust, hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch.
Ellie, let's see. Risky, Carol, Shelby, Corbin, Bonnie, Anastasia. Come on.
Coming in clutch, better tighten them pearls, rubbing cold facts. Got the truth for the world, no smoke, no fluff. Just the real that we trust, hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. If you have a complaint about disclaimer, in no way, shape, or form are we accusing, blaming, or declaring anyone guilty of any crime. Everything discussed here is based on publicly available information, media reports, court records when available, and our own commentary and opinions. Everyone is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. This content is for discussion, awareness, and public interest commentary only. Please do not contact, harass, threaten, or attack anyone mentioned. We are here to ask the questions, examine information, and keep attention on these cases, not to convict anyone online. Well, hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate it. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is June 3rd, 2026. It is currently 7:54 p.m. in the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, beautiful pearls. Hello. Guys, thank the good Lord. If you guys were with me yesterday, I wasn't planning on going live. I usually go live every day. I was planning on doing another story fairly local to where I am. And there was a little boy who went missing in Clarksville, Tennessee. His name was Tyler Hall. Praise God. Thank you, Lord, that they found him safe and sound yesterday. We don't get that all the time, guys. We don't get that all the time. And thank God in heaven that they found Tyler safe and sound. And he was found in his attic. Yeah. Found in his attic. I want to thank the Clarksville Police Department, the TBI. I want to thank my local sources. That was just that damn. I got a fruit flies things. I've got these little electronic things out right now. Pearl. That's all she eats is fruit, and I eat a lot of fruit too. But it was. I want to thank my sources for that yesterday. As soon as I reported, as soon as I found out that he was found safe in his attic and all of that. So yeah. So tonight we're talking about the Jack and Lilly Sullivan case out of Pictou County, Nova Scotia. We are just less than right at a month till Daniel will clean your cup. Girl, I have bleached them. I have everything. I think I got it. Maybe. I don't know. It's just so frustrating. I mean, Remy eats fruit all day. You know how it is. So for those of you who don't know who Remy is, she's my spider monkey. So okay. All right. So Daniel is just about a month away until he has to plead on his charges. He is being charged with SA, assault, and forcible confinement. And tomorrow I am doing a members only live, not just because I'm doing a members only live, but I want to make this clear. What I am putting out tomorrow, I'm going to have to probably distract the voice. Not distract the voice. What is it? Change the voice of this, because it is one of the most disgusting things I've ever heard in my entire life. And it has to be like members and only on this. So And I just, if we do that members only live, I it's not for the faint of heart. I'm just going to tell you right now. It's a Sherry, you don't want to hear it. I know you. You're not going to want to hear it, girl. Uh it's it's I've had it for a long time. A long time. I've had a lot of things up my sleeve for a while. But it's bad. It's really bad. Really bad. It's the Jack and Lilly Sullivan case, but it will give more of a context why I cannot even with these parents. I just cannot even, particularly Daniel. My heart's already fluttering. So yeah. Guys, before we get started, if you would do me a big favor and please hit that thumbs up button, would greatly appreciate that. Also, if you would share this live stream out, hit that share button, copy that link, drop it in any of your favorite social media. Also, if you would consider hyping this video, Jack and Lilly does not get the attention that they once did, and we need everybody to share, continually speaking about Jack and Lilly. Thank you, baby kisses. I appreciate you, my darling. And all that. So, yeah. What do you mean get the medicine? Get what medicine? Get what medicine? What do you mean by that? Share cares. Thank you so much, my darling, for renewing your membership. And Esther, thank you. Welcome to the Pearl family. Really do appreciate you very much. The hype is you have to do it after the live stream on a phone or a tablet. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I have not shared this with anybody except one person, and that's it. So, JJ, it'll probably be about this time tomorrow. It'll probably be about this time. Thank you, Helping Hands. Really appreciate you. How you doing? Welcome to the Pearl family. Chris, thank you so much. Connie, baby kisses. Brenda, thank you for sharing it on Facebook. Appreciate you. Leslie, always keeping it real. Thank you, baby kisses. Dee, appreciate you, my darling. Green eyes, double tap your screen. Thank you so much. Anastasia, Catherine, Mama Angie, welcome back to the Pearl family. Thank you for renewing, my dear. Appreciate you. Julie Bug has Brenda, hello. Miss Joyous up in here. Miss Joyous is done with dinner. I see. Chris, good to see you. Patty, thank you so much. Helicopter, welcome. Good to see you. Catherine, good to see you, baby. Patricia, it'll be tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow. I don't even want to think about it, to be honest with you, because it's so bad. It's so bad, guys. It's so bad. And again, everyone is innocent unless until proven guilty. But what's in this recording is I've had it for a long time. I still want to throw up, to be honest with you. Oh, thank you, Miss Julie. Appreciate you very much, my dear. Thank you so much. They were absolutely failed. They were absolutely failed. These babies were. And very sad, man. Carol, thank you so very much, my dear, for gifting a pearl necklace. Really do appreciate you. Happy Turtle, welcome to the Pearl family. Thank you so much, my darling. Good to see you. For a little bit, baby monkey, I'm telling you guys, like, if you can't really take the hard things in these, this is ugly. It's ugly. You hear me? Like how I just breathe. Don't listen. Don't listen. Yes, Miss Sherry. Yeah. On a lighter note, do you guys know that song "Stacy's Mom Has Got It Going On"? It's a early 2000s, probably 2003, 2004, something like that. Um, I was in Daphne's today, and of course, I do my silliness to try to keep things light sometimes because it's just too much for me. I have a little rendition of a new song that I would like to dedicate to Daniel and Janie. So, without further ado, before we get into the things, I just want to make some laughs and stuff, just a little bit to lighten it up.
Daniel, can I come by when the school bell rings? Oh, after school, we can hang out where Janie says she keeps that thing. The mystery pool. Daniel showed up with a story to tell, but the details started ringing that bell. One little claim, then another one too. Now everybody's asking, sir, what did you do? Janie said there's something out back, but the map came in with a full clap back. We zoomed in close, we looked real cool, but baby, we still can't find that pool. After school, where's the pool? Tell the truth, the whole chat's looking right at you. Janie's pool is hard to find. We've been looking, but we must be blind. Janie's pool is out of sight. Was it ever even there that night? Daniel, what's the rule? Can we swim in Janie's non-existent pool? Everybody wants to know what's going on because the pool is gone. Daniel said this, then Daniel said that. Now the timeline's doing acrobatics, round and round like a carnival ride. But the truth don't run and the facts don't hide. Janie's talking like she knows the scene, but the backyard's looking pretty clean. No diving board, no floaties, no clue, just a whole lot of questions and a missing pool. After school, where's the pool? Tell the truth. Clutch Crime Files is watching you. Janie's pool is hard to find. We've been looking, but we must be blind. Janie's pool is out of sight. Was it ever even there that night? Daniel, what's the rule? Can we swim in Janie's non-existent pool? Everybody wants to know what's going on because the pool is gone. One claim, two claims, three claims, four. Every time you talk, we get 10 more. 5 red flags and a mystery too. Still no sign of Janie's pool. Google Earth said, baby, I don't know. The backyard said, there ain't no show. The chat said, Justin, zoom in more. But we still can't find what we're looking for. Daniel, can I come by when the school bell rings? After school, we can hang out where Janie says she keeps that thing. The mystery pool. Janie's pool is hard to find. We've been looking, but we must be blind. Janie's pool is out of sight. Was it ever even there that night? Daniel, what's the rule? Can we swim in Janie's non-existent pool? Everybody wants to know what's going on because the pool is gone. After school, where's the pool? Tell the truth, we still can't find Janie's pool.
All I don't know, but I thought that was pretty good. I thought that was actually pretty good, if you ask me. you know, it was kind of like the Stacy's mom has got it going on, but more of, Daniel and Janie, where's your damn pool at? Your non-existent pool. Happy Turtle, welcome to the pool. So I appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much. And Susie, Matt, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very, very much. Your pic is very cute. Thank you so much, dear. Um, okay. I have a feeling I know what this is all about for tomorrow. I don't know. But it's bad. Maybe we could swim in a bucket. What? Yeah. Well, you know something? I have just about zero patience for anybody, in my opinion, that lies on a 4 and a 6-year-old. And that's just kind of where I am. And tomorrow I will, in my opinion, tie it all together about why, in my opinion, I believe these charges are coming down on Daniel. That, again, I'm going to have to redact, I'm going to have to change the recording. You're just going to have to take my word for it. And a name or so out. But yeah, other than that, okay. So if you guys were over at Miss Daphne's earlier, she did a great live over there. A shout out to our friend Miss Daphne. Okay, so I don't even know where to start. I want to start with it's to me, Thursday night is just as important as Friday morning when it comes to Jack and Lilly Sullivan. The disappearance, because in my opinion, that I have literally been on this case since day one, in my opinion, again, it's just my opinion, that I believe whatever happened to Jack and Lily happened on Thursday night. And I think that is a very, very important. I heard I did. I heard I had Durwood stirred up. Thank you, Durwood. Let's give it out for Durwood. Thank you. I haven't noticed. I haven't watched it, checked them out or anything like that. But I heard I had Durwood stirred up, and I am honored, Durwood. Thank you so much for finally saying my name. I've been begging you for weeks and months. You've said AB's name. You've said who else's name, and I am just freaking honored, Durwood. Let's just put a little bit of more lip gloss on for Durwood, just so he look, because I know he's watching me tonight, and I just want to make sure my lips look so clutch for him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Show. Good to see you, babe. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you very much. Okay. Mission accomplished. There's so much. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, anyway, I really believe that there is Daniel and Malaya and Janie are not being transparent about the night Jack and Lily went missing. Now, that's just my opinion. Again, everyone that we speak about is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in their court. Okay. So I was digging through some things here. Oh, well, actually, you know what? Oh God, I almost played the wrong thing. That would have been really bad, that, because I was working on my live stream for tomorrow and I almost played that just now. Woo! Thank you, Lord, I didn't. I want to play a little something that our friend Daphne, she got my brain ticking here on some things. I was taking a shower when I was listening to her earlier. and I wanted to play a couple things to get it started. It's like less than 50 seconds.
Like one of them, like they got into a huge fight. Daniel overheard her conversation of trying to leave Thursday night, and then a huge fight broke out. But then on the other hand, it's like, if it was just strictly Daniel's fault, don't you think that she would say something to the police, right? Okay. And then if it was strictly Malaya's fault, don't you think Daniel or Janie would be singing like a freaking canary if it was just Malaya?
And that's and that's the thing, right? That's the thing. The reason I have just not been able to support any of them is because they all don't make sense, right? They all don't make sense. Hey, Cece, good to see you. Kelly, good to see you, babe. Baby Monkey. Adele, Susan, everyone rolling in here. Mama Angie, hey, good to see you, Deborah. They don't make sense, right? And we know that Daniel and Miss Janie have tried to throw Malaya under the bus, and there would be nothing more that, in my opinion, that they would like to do than throw Malaya under the bus. Or Malaya's mother, which in my opinion is a real shame because she had nothing to do with Jack and Lily missing. I mean, I think her daughter knows and she might know more, but she had nothing to do with Jack and Lily's disappearance. So my question is for the chat, what do you guys think that what do you think happened, in your opinion, between Daniel, Malaya that night? And again, I'm going to show you some things where Malaya kind of says some interesting things about Daniel, and you'll see how it ties in tomorrow as well. I could see them blaming the mother. Yeah. She's got a patio set in her interview. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Nani, good to see you, my dear. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Appreciate you, love. So I would really like to see. I've heard that Susie Q was the tub full of water. I will tell you, I believe it's very, very possible, I'll say. I believe it's very, very possible. There are some things that I just cannot, in this case, that I just cannot say publicly because I don't want people to know that I know. You know what I mean? So they can get, like, I tell them a lot, but I don't want them to get ahead of certain things, in my opinion, at least. So they didn't bathe them, though. Yeah. I agree, Sherry. They didn't bathe them. I agree. But I don't know. You know what I mean, Daff. Yeah. You know what I mean. Yeah. Daff knows what I mean for sure. Thank you, C. Marie. Appreciate you, love. Thank you for gifting 5 credits. I really do appreciate you. If you received one of those, make sure you give C. Marie a big thank you. You can join the members only tomorrow with this. I don't know. Could it be over medicated? That would be something that would keep both of them not talking, right? Because the question is, just like Daphne said right here, that if one of them had just something to do with it, you would think that the other one would have told on the other one by now. That's generally how it works, right? So yeah, Janie obviously can't stand Malaya. Daniel obviously can't stand Malaya. But Daniel told the reporter, what did he tell the reporter? She's going to blame it all on me. Right? I believe that rugs were an accidental event that happened because the demise of Jack and Lilly, and they covered it up. It has to be something that both were involved in somehow. Regardless, whether, in my opinion, which is very possible, right, what you're saying, right? But I believe Ruggs was a factor of that evening, for sure. Absolutely, Ruggs was a factor that evening. 1000%, in my opinion. Just my opinion, though. Kathy, thank you so much. Welcome to the program. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Rob. Good to see you. My people, that's how it's done in Canada. She doesn't have a choice when it comes to those kinds of charges. Absolutely. Absolutely. When it comes to, I mean, even in the United States, even if, the police suspect DV or, some charges, the state picks it up. The state picks it up, right? So Daphne made a very good point right there. All right, let's listen to this.
I mean, she would, but they're all three with the same story. There's no proof of an abduction. No proof of it. So, I mean, what else is there? I mean, they don't vanish. They don't just dissipate. I don't understand. And they've searched a lot, and they've had searches out there after, like private people, and then the police bring me home people, and I mean, there's been so much out there, and they still cannot find them. Too far off. But why keep changing it? I don't understand. That's the strange thing.
Thank
See,
you,
he
Ms.
talks
Dolores.
but mom confronted her when I was halfway back.
Okay.
And I want you to look at that part right here. But mom confronted her when I was halfway back. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And so
Okay. Mom confronted her. I had something I thought when I was in the shower on that. But mom confronted her. Oh, that's what it was. Mom confronted her when I was halfway back. Okay. That says Daniel was, if mom confronted her when I was halfway back, that means that Daniel was not at home if Janie confronted Malaya. He says this in a couple of his interviews. And we get the story of Daniel saying that I got there as soon as the RCMP got there. I showed up a little bit later. And then he says he pulls down to where the swamp is or whatever. And the RCMP said, Daniel, don't go back in the woods. I don't believe Daniel was home. I don't believe Daniel was home.
So it may not be a clue there. So you're out there searching in the woods. How long before law enforcement arrived?
I was told 12 minutes.
Listen. Okay. Daniel says, DT says right here, how long is it before RCMP arrives? And Daniel says, I was told 12 minutes, but it ended up being 20 some minutes. I can't remember. I know, Daff, you can't say anything with that. You can't say. But He says it's going to be 24, I think it was 20 some minutes. Okay. What do you mean? You were there. You were there. Right? You showed up right as the RCMP was showing up, right? This timeline and all of this is out of whack. All of it. Listen to this.
Me home people, and I mean, there's been so much out there, and they still cannot find them. Too far off. But why keep changing it? I don't understand. That's the strange thing. See, he talks about, but mom confronted her
He
when
was
I was
told.
halfway back. And I want you to look at that part right here. But mom confronted her when I was halfway back. Okay.
Yeah.
And so it may not be a
They're
clue
working
there.
on it, Summer.
So you're out there searching in the woods. How long before law enforcement arrived?
I was told 12 minutes.
But he was told 12 minutes, but he was there supposedly when Malaya was making the phone call. Right, Daniel? He was there when Janie was supposedly coming out and he was running down the hill. Right, Daniel? And he says he was there when RCMP first arrived. But he was told 12 minutes and then he learned that it was 20 some minutes. You get it? When RCMP was arriving, Daniel was there. So he should know. He should know exactly what it is. Right? So, yeah. Let's see if I got anything else right now.
But then when I looked at the documentation and, asked questions and dug further, it was 22 minutes, I do believe.
26 minutes.
26.
You even looked at the documents, and it's still 26 minutes.
Okay. All right. So now I want to show you this right here. We're going to go to our friend Hidden in the Fog, Miss Susan. Make sure you guys sub up to Hidden in the Fog. Mods, if you would please drop Daphne's Hidden in the Fog's chat as well. Because we're going to be really focusing on the night Jack and Lilly went missing, right? That's what we're going to be kind of focusing on tonight, because I think it's very important that we look at this a little bit closer. Okay. Okay, let me change this right here. I've got that bop stuck in my head. Where's your pool, Janie? Hidden in the Fog, Miss Susan. Okay, here we go. Welcome, Miss Kathy. Welcome to the Pearl family. Thank you. Appreciate you, Mr. Lewis. Welcome. Appreciate you very much. Much love to you. And Jules, welcome. Thank you so much, my dear. Really, really do appreciate you very much, dear. Okay, here we go.
Like one of them.
Oh, crap. Wrong one. Wrong one. Where am I? Okay, I'm right here. I got too many things pulled up. It's kind of like my head. I've got a lot of tabs open, but nobody's home sometimes. You know what I mean?
Can't remember what they did on.
Okay. I'm going to go to Hidden in the Fog right here. Link is in the description.
Development Day, so they were off. She kept them home on Thursday and Friday. Malaya said she doesn't remember what they did on Wednesday. Specifically, she gave a detailed description of what happened on Thursday.
Okay. So, again, this is why, now, out of Malaya and Daniel, who has been more truthful, in my opinion? Malaya. I'm not going to sit here and rah-rah for her. but she's been more truthful than Daniel. Why? Because Malaya didn't lie about the blanket. Although she's been largely quiet for over, 13 months now. But regardless, they both, in my opinion, was trying to confuse Wednesday and Thursday, specifically, in my opinion, Daniel. Now, Hidden in the Fog says here that she believes Malaya was confusing Wednesday with Thursday. It was actually Daniel, and the RCMP documents say so, that Daniel was confusing and he had to be reminded. But again, who can't remember last night? Who can't remember last night? I've got the memory of a goldfish and I can remember last night, right? So, Tara, welcome to the Pearl family. Thank you so much, my dear. And Dolores, love you too, Mama. Thank you so much, honey. Appreciate you. Yeah. In my opinion, MBM flipped on all of them on day 2. I hope so, but I do believe Malaya is working with the RCMP. More of, in my opinion, again, this is my opinion, to get herself out of more trouble. But I do believe there was absolutely things that happened to Malaya at that home that should have never, ever have happened. But even more so, I believe there is things that happened to Jack and Lilly in that home that should have never, ever, 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 ever have happened. Right? And when we're adults, we have to take care of our kids, right? They come first.
I don't see anything that really jumps out at me on this that's any different or that adds to anything that we already know. I will just comment that it's interesting she can't remember what they did on Wednesday, but there may be any number of reasons for that. She may.
Okay. Now, again, if this doesn't tell you Miss Malaya was right on board with Daniel in the beginning, right? Because, or at least in my opinion, Malaya, one second here, where was it? There was Malaya discussed about what happened earlier in the week, that she, there's things that she just couldn't remember or anything, right?
Be suffering from a lack of sleep, stress, anxiety, who knows. But anyway, I just wanted to include that so that you know
I haven't
what
sassy
the
yet.
statement said. As I said, we've only got the one interview from her, so these are interesting. In this section, we do learn a couple of interesting things about Malaya's personality, her behavior. As well, we learn something entirely new about what Lily was wearing, which I don't recall hearing anywhere else. And again, I just want to sort of put out there that quite often the initial reports will be more accurate than later reports. I will put in a little bit of a caveat there, and that is to say,
Okay, listen to this.
sometimes.
Okay. Look at this. Malaya said she tidied the house throughout the day. This is supposedly Wednesday. Malaya said she tidied the house throughout the day and looked after the kids. She said that she scrolled on her phone at one point because she was overstimulated.
Over time.
She had redacted in New Glasgow in the afternoon of Thursday, and she and Daniel went with all the kids. They drove the 2017 white Nissan Pathfinder. They went to the big stop for gas, and they went through they went to the big stop for gas, and she thought that they might have gotten the kids a bagel at Tim Hortons. So she can't remember if she fed her kids or not. Way to go. Daniel stayed in the car with the kids when she got redacted. Then they went to Starbucks drive-through before going home. Might as well swipe grandma's credit card, right? When you're buying, Starbucks as a, $8 coffee, right? Daniel says, no, I never sat in the car with the kids, right? But you guys say you sat in the car a lot of times with the kids. In the evening, she was going to do some cleaning, but she was too tired. The kids were watching a show on TV. She put Lily and Jack to bed, then Meadow, and then she went to bed herself. Malaya said they were getting late to bed that night and went to bed around 9 p.m. They usually go to bed around 7 p.m. Lily was wearing a pink sweater and pink pajamas and white shapes and a Barbie top with pink socks. Her hair was shoulder length and her backpack was beside her. So the way Malaya makes it sound, Lily's backpack was laying right beside of her as she went to bed, right? Boy, that's convenient. Daniel says he doesn't remember seeing the backpack whenever, because they were, covered up, and he didn't see what they were wearing. Like if she had mono, she wouldn't be out at all. No. So she says, Jack was wearing let me go back to what she said Lily was wearing. Lily was wearing a pink sweater and pink pajamas and white shape and a Barbie top with pink socks. Her hair was shoulder length and her backpack was beside her. Jack was wearing black sweatpants, a t-shirt, and a diaper, as he would only been partially trained. Okay, so a little bit to unpack right there. You got to remember, and I can show them to you if you don't recall, but if you remember Daniel's text messages, he says that he can't tell us what Jack and Lily were wearing, but it's not what we think they are wearing. Thank you, Lord. But it's not what we think they're wearing. Okay. That's missing persons 101. They may not, RCMP law enforcement may not tell you anything about a case, but they will tell you what the victims or missing persons was last wearing, right? So where the hell is the backpack pull up in the clothes? Their boots when they went missing, where? Well, I'll tell you where I believe they are, helicopter, and I'll tell you where, in my opinion, I believe the RCMP believes that they were. Right in the fire. Right in the fire in Daniel's home. That's where I believe the RCMP believes the backpack went, the boots, and a lot of things that day. Because, again, the cadaver dog RCMP was asking Daniel about the fire that night. Weren't they, Daniel? Daniel stayed up. He said he was going to clean the house for her, meaning Malaya. But it wasn't clean when she got up. So She doesn't know what he did. Now, I find that very interesting. To me, that tells me, in my opinion, that she is giving herself an out here, and she knows what he did, and she is pushing more this toward Daniel because, well, in my opinion, you guys know what I've always said. I don't believe Jack or Lily would be missing today if it wasn't for Martell. I don't believe he's the only one to point fingers to, but I do believe he is number one, in my opinion. Yes, these are right from the documents, babe. Yes, Dodie, yeah. So, and then Daniel says she's going to blame everything on me. Oh yes, Anastasia, they certainly were. Yeah. Thank you, support, for becoming a member, my friend. Appreciate you very, very much. And thank you, Jules. Appreciate you very much, my dear. Thank y'all.
Memory will improve. You will remember things you had forgotten. If you are in a state of stress or anxiety, and that could be the case here as to why the clothing that Lily was wearing changed and altered a little bit. But nonetheless, it's interesting to note.
Perhaps.
So the first highlighted section states, Malaya said she tidied the house
Oh yeah, I've got the whole thing
day
already.
and looked after the kids. She said she also scrolled her phone at one point because she was overstimulated. We're talking here about...
That's very interesting. You said that, Trish. My ex was mathed up once, said that he was going to paint all the interior doors. He took every single one down, had them everywhere, then he crashed. I've heard that like people who are on that, like they take things apart, and I think it smelled like the math smelled like a chemically burnt marshmallows or something like that. That's what I heard.
Thursday, because remember, she had stated that she couldn't remember what happened on Wednesday, right? And I'll just read through this. She had redacted in New Glasgow in the afternoon on Thursday, and she and Daniel went with all the kids. They drove her 2017 Nissan Pathfinder. They went to the big stop for gas, and they
Burnt
thought they
plastic.
might have gotten the kids bagels at Tim Hortons. Daniel stayed in the car with the kids when she got and redacted. Then they went to Starbucks drive-through before going to Jack.
Okay,
Well, I'm
one
just
second.
zooming in on...
Okay. Now, in my opinion, I believe that there was a deal done at the Dollarama that day as well. Most likely on Grandma's dime. Who doesn't remember feeding your kid? Yeah.
Then Meadow, and then went to bed herself. So here comes the highlighted section. So I'm just zooming in on this section a little bit so that you can see it a bit better. Lily was wearing pink sweater and pink pajamas with white shapes and a Barbie
Thank you,
top
Sassy.
with pink socks.
Thank you, baby.
Her hair was shoulder
I got
length
your
and
email.
her backpack was beside her. Jack was wearing black sweatpants, a t-shirt, and a
Homemade
diaper as he
bread?
was only partially trained. Okay. Now this is interesting because for those who have not followed the case, they may not be aware, but anybody who has, They will find this really interesting because in
What do you mean
subsequent
off their face?
reports, what we hear is that the children, in fact, went to bed in their clothes. Remember, this is Thursday she's talking about. And Malaya had stated that she
Yeah. And again, this is Miss Malaya again and Daniel. They are trying to confuse Wednesday with Thursday night. And this tells you, in my opinion, that they were in lockstep together in the very beginning. And in my opinion, Miss Malaya could have, after she left, she could have went to the RCMP and said, listen, this is what happened. I was afraid, if she had nothing to do with it.
was too tired. She didn't want to sort the laundry that they had done.
This is why I personally can't support any of them, because they're lying on a 4 and a 6-year-old. Now, tell me why anyone is lying on Jack and Lilly.
Because they had done laundry on Wednesday. This is what she has forgotten about. And so the children went to bed in their clothes. So here she's saying that Lily was wearing a pink sweater and pink pajamas. So that's the first that we've heard of that. There was never any mention about pajamas. As I said, she stated the kids went to bed in the same clothes that they were wearing that day.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jack and Lilly went to bed in the same thing that they were wearing Wednesday and Thursday. Was you just going to send them to school in the same thing that they had been wearing the last 2 days while they were sick and drug all around town, when you had perfectly clean clothes in your vehicle that you was still too lazy to take your ass and drag them inside? Very interesting, right?
Because she was too tired to sort the laundry and get.
I don't even know if they put, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know if Jack even had a diaper on that night. I don't even know if he had a diaper on that night, because she was too damn lazy to change the kids. I don't really believe he had a diaper on that night. I don't believe they went to bed that night either. Make it make sense, right? I mean, what's the difference in you putting a diaper on him, because you got to take his pants off to put a diaper on, right? Why not get a new pair of pants and put on him if you're changing the diaper? Right? Craziness. Thank you, Miss Dawn. Thank you, darling. Appreciate you. Very kind of you, my love. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, baby. Thank you so much, Miss Dawn. Really appreciate your help. Very kind of you. Most neglected kids learn from a very early age to care for themselves the best they can. I know, and that makes me want to cry, Trisha. You'll see a lot of these kids very much more, many times they're more mature for their age because they've had to take care of themselves. You know what I mean? Like in school, there's always 1 or 2 kids in your class that wasn't taken as good a care of. You know what I mean? And it's really sad. It is really sad. The cops had to ask Janie what the kids were wearing the night they disappeared.
Pajamas. So I wonder, because she can't seem to remember what happened on Wednesday, I'm almost wondering if she is mixing the days up here. Maybe that is what
It is, Anita. It is.
Lily was wearing on the Wednesday night to bed, was the pink pajamas and the Barbie top. I don't know. But anyway, this is interesting. This is, again, new information. I personally,
Oh,
I
it's okay,
follow the
Patricia. It
case
happens.
religiously, and I've never, ever heard her mention pink pajamas. So
Do I think they're in the woods, Tina? Yes. I don't think they're in the woods where they looked. Right? Hey, April, good to see you. Beanie, hello. I don't think they're in the woods where they looked, but I do believe that they are in the woods for sure. For sure. Justin, I worked a court-appointed special advocate for abuse neglected children. Oh, yeah. Very much so. Very much so. Didn't Janie see the kids outside and it was late night? Maybe they never went inside. Those two crazy bugs passed out and didn't check on them, in my opinion. Janie says she saw them. She also said she gave them snacks, but didn't notice a bruise. But she said, but she also fucked up and said they were far away, so she couldn't see them. But if you're giving them snacks, you kind of got to be, a little bit close to them, right?
that's just an interesting thing, again, just to note.
I mean, unless she just like throws snacks at them like she does her chickens.
So we're going to run into our first problem here, our first discrepancy.
We got a lot to get through tonight. Buckle up.
I'm going to just point
up.
out to you why I just get a sense here that
Listen.
Malaya, in giving her statement to police, was getting Wednesday and Thursday night mixed up.
Well, it's not that she was getting it mixed up, in my opinion. It's that they were, in my opinion, intentionally trying to confuse Wednesday, what happened Wednesday for Thursday, right? How do you get, okay, you get home, you put the kids to bed, and you go to bed, and you wake up the next day. How can you not remember last night? It's not that complicated. It's not. So it's not that they couldn't remember it was an ordinary day, as Daniel says. It's never that. It's conveniently not said because it could be incriminating for you. The swing theory, yeah, she didn't hear the kids that morning. I
just have that feeling, and I'll explain why. All right, this is Thursday night, and this is Malaya's statement, and it's Thursday night. We know that because, remember, she said she couldn't remember what they did on Wednesday, so she instead gave a
Thank you, Jeanette.
full account of what happened on Thursday. Do you remember that?
Yes, you're exactly right, April. Janie is saying what she thinks is going on to help Daniel. Well, this is the thing. What could help her son and even Malaya, because and she's not willingly helping Malaya. She's willingly, in my opinion, doing this because of Daniel. But what could help Daniel and Malaya? Oh, saying that, yeah, I heard the kids that morning, even though we all were, dozing in and out of sleep. Janie heard the kids that morning, right? She didn't see them, but she heard them. and that makes a third person involved. So she's doing this, in my opinion, for Daniel, because vroom vroom, this car of Daniel's was going in and out, in and out, in and out of the driveway that night.
Okay. So this is Thursday. Malaya says they were late getting to bed that night and went around 9 p.m. They usually go around 7 p.m. And then she goes into the fact that Lily was wearing a pink sweater and pink pajamas. Okay. All right. Now,
What's
remember
that, Annette?
Janie's statement about the kids being at school Monday and Tuesday, that Wednesday was the in-service day, and the kids were around, but then they went to the grandmother's house to do laundry and did not get home until 10 p.m. That was Wednesday night. So they were home and the children would have gone to bed late Wednesday night. The Thursday, what, you know, in again, subsequent reports, we'll hear that they went to town. They went to New Glasgow. They stopped at stores and
Exactly,
gas
Mohawk.
stations and, Starbucks and Tim Hortons and whatnot. But I believe, and we'll
Right? It's like I've always said, it's very interesting how they can remember that they went to Starbucks, they went to Tim Hortons, they went to Walmart, they ordered this off the menu, they got home, they ordered or they helped mom fix the fence. They knew what Jack and Lily was playing outside. They said a few things to Jack and Lily, but then when 8 p.m. happens, when they get ready to go inside, everything stops until 12:30 in the morning, which is very interesting, which we're going to get into because we're talking about the night, Thursday night into Friday morning, when Jack and Lily, in my opinion, something happened to them. Daniel can't remember from 8 to 12:30, except he can remember going in and checking on them and flipping the lights on. That should be an ordinary thing for Daniel as well, right? Just going in and flipping the lights on, which is very disrespectful in my opinion, but he can remember that. Kind of interesting, isn't it? Brittany, welcome to the Pearl family. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. Welcome. And Roseanne, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much, dear, for your support. I appreciate that very much. They didn't mention what the children ate. Probably nothing, in my opinion. I don't believe they did that evening. I don't believe they did that evening. And let's not forget Malaya saying that she depended on Janie to let her know that the kids got out. Then she would call them in for breakfast. This is obviously a pattern for her lazy mother. I agree. I absolutely agree that Malaya is about as lazy as they come, then and now.
see, but I think they got home in and around 3:15, 4 o'clock, maybe p.m., 3:45, somewhere around there. They didn't get home late Thursday night. So I believe that
Absolutely,
Malaya
Trisha.
is actually talking about Wednesday night and not Thursday. But just bear that in mind as we work through these documents. But I think we'll find that that statement changes somewhat yet again as we move through them. In this section here, we're going to see her say something that she says actually at least, I believe, at least 2 times, if not more. And she says here, Daniel stayed up. He said he was going to clean the house for her, but it wasn't clean when she got up, so she doesn't know what he did. Normally, he did little projects around the house at night and fixed things. So
So to me, that's Malaya giving herself an out there, right? I think she is putting more of the blame on Daniel right there. In my opinion, rightly so, though, to be honest with you, because I believe the main character in this is Mr. Martell, right? Yeah, if people are talking about creators, please let's not talk about creators in here. I have two theories, both are disturbing. Yeah. Thank you, YouTuber. Yeah. Hey, Brittany. Thank you so much.
yeah, we see Malaya actually say in a few different ways on a few different occasions that she doesn't know what Daniel did that night. And she also, you'll see her say that she slept through the night. And we're going to take a look at that. Another note about this section, too, I just wanted to add some of.
Well, this is the thing, Bullet. It's, in my opinion, impossible for Malaya to not know what happened. And it is just about impossible for Janie to not know at least that there was vehicles coming and going out of that home that night. Again, we're going to get more into it here in a little bit right after this. But if two neighbors on each side of the house could hear, Janie and Tucka could hear. If Daniel says the baby was laying on Malaya's arm and they were in bed together the whole time, well, your story's locked. Your story's locked together. And look at the mother's behavior. Who doesn't speak for their children? Who doesn't speak for their children? Who stays quiet? Obviously, CPS thought something was wrong in that home because they immediately took the baby away from Daniel and Janie. Daniel still doesn't see the older kids. Daniel's older kids said, and again, they only visited every other weekend. And they said that, according to Daniel, via his own text messages, that they said that he was mean to Jack and Lilly. Now, again, I think it's one thing, and I don't agree with it because I think, in my opinion, Daniel was mean to Malaya. But it might be one thing for a man to be mean to me, like if I have a partner, but you mean to the kids, heads will roll, in my opinion. Roll, mother chicken. But that's just me. You know what I mean?
Your alarm bells at this point might be going off, thinking, aha, Malaya's throwing Daniel under the bus here, saying she doesn't know what he did that night. She doesn't know what time he got to bed. But that's not really the case, because we'll see that she will later say.
Thank you, Miss Jules. Appreciate you, darling. Thank you so much. Really kind of you. Thank you very much, Miss Jules.
That she heard the kids that morning. So I think she's just simply stating this as a matter of fact, that she doesn't know what time Daniel came to bed because she slept throughout the night. She wasn't disturbed. And she doesn't know what he did because the house wasn't clean when she got up. So I think.
Does anyone believe Malaya doesn't know what Daniel did throughout the night. Does anyone actually believe that? Daniel says he stayed up. And then you have Malaya telling people behind the scenes that she woke up at midnight. Now, there's, allegedly a call to mom at 11 o'clock or something like that. Daniel likes to talk about. But again, there we go. Midnight. Again, why is Malaya saying she allegedly woke up at midnight and saw Daniel doing math in the bathroom? Why is Daniel saying he went to the kid's bedroom at 12:30 and what? Turns the lights on, but he doesn't know what they're wearing? Why does the neighbors say about 1:30, we're going to get to it here in a minute, that they hear Daniel's car, not anyone else's. They hear Daniel's car. So there we have Miss Malaya saying she was up privately, talking privately, that she saw Daniel in the bathroom. We got Daniel saying he was up at midnight checking on the kids. And then we have the neighbors saying about 1:30 starting, Daniel's car's rolling in and out. That just happens to be the exact same way as Daniel said he went. He turned right, went down Lansdowne Station area, turned around, the car, went back. The neighbors couldn't have known that at the time unless they heard it. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you so much, Miss Joyous. Thank you so much, darling. I appreciate you. Thank you, Mama Seeker. Thank you, Miss Joyous. If you received one of those, please make sure you thank our dear Miss Joyous for gifting those pearl necklaces. I appreciate you, Miss Joyous. Thank you for your support. So they were up all night. I believe so. In my opinion, I believe so. Oh, absolutely. April. Nope. Coming from someone that divorced over math, she knew. Once you know, you absolutely know. You just don't know to what degree of bad they are until all hell breaks loose. Well said, April. And then think of this. She said that Daniel was smoking the math. Daniel says, trying to get a message to Malaya that, Malaya, I'll be the same Daniel that I was, when I met you underneath when our first date underneath the waterfall. She knew. She knew he was doing this. She knew a lot more too. Good evening, Justin. Did Malaya stay in one of her statements that she woke up at 4 a.m. and caught Daniel in the bathroom on math? She said this in a private text message, that it was around midnight. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was midnight.
She's just making statements. I don't think she's trying to throw anybody under the bus here.
Oh, I think she's trying to throw somebody under the
Okay,
bus.
so in this section here,
Thank you,
this is
Mary.
Malaya just talking
Yes.
about the fact that
Yes,
they
Miss Mary, you're right. Thank you,
got
darling.
up at 6 a.m. No, that's when the alarm went off. And this is Friday morning. Again, this is going in chronological order. So previously, she was absolutely talking about Thursday.
Now, we're almost done with this part. We're going to get into the next part. Daniel says, or sorry, not Daniel. hold on, let me think here. The neighbors say that they hear Daniel's car the last time about 5:30 that morning. And again, 5:30 to 6:15 is about 45 minutes. So about the last time they heard this vehicle, 5:30, I think it was 5:30 if I recall correctly. I could be wrong on that, but 45 minutes later, they're saying the kids aren't going to school. Janie's waking up at this time, right? A little bit later, she sees, talks to her brother. Then Malaya is calling her mom, right? Well, yeah, I mean, tell me someone tell me a female that's had 3 children that doesn't get up during the night, number 1, and tell me a male that's over the age of 30 that doesn't get up during the night. I'm up 50 times during the night thinking I gotta pee and can't. So, yeah.
Night. But again, it was Wednesday that they had the late night, unless the kids went to bed late both nights. But if so, there's no explanation as to what was going on Thursday night that was different, because she said that the kids went to bed a couple of hours later than usual because they usually go to bed at 7. So here, Friday morning, her alarm goes off at 6 a.m. It goes off again at
True, Deborah.
6:15, which was when she.
Who remembers them saying that Malaya's phone was originally dead? Do you guys remember that Malaya's phone was dead, so she had to use Daniel's phone? Do you remember that? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember them saying that Malaya's phone was dead. Exactly. Yes. So if Malaya's phone was dead, how is she hearing her alarm? Because her phone is on her alarm, right? Daniel did say that. Daniel also said that Malaya was on her phone playing as well. This is why nobody believes them, right? Gigi, welcome to the Pearl family. Thank you so much. Love you. Welcome, dear. Appreciate you. That's right, Mohawk. Daniel said her phone was dead, so his was used to contact the school. That is correct. And then in another statement, he said Malaya was playing on her phone. I don't believe Malaya ever let her phone die. Ever. Now, I do believe that Daniel could have taken Malaya's phone. I do believe that. I absolutely do believe that. To where maybe it could have died, maybe he turned it off. M also moved her and the kids with D after 2 weeks. Who does that? Yeah. I think she's extraordinarily immature.
He used a school app to mark the kids as being away. Malaya heard the kids playing in the other room, and it goes on and on. So the interesting piece here, and I'm just going to bring it up for you. Okay, she says Malaya said she did not think the kids had changed their clothes from the night before, and Lily's backpack was gone. So she assumed she had it with her. She described it as a corduroy cream colored backpack and strawberries on it. Now, she didn't think the kids had changed their clothes from the night before. So she had just said that she thought they were Lily was in pajama pants, and she gave a full description. The other thing that you will note is that I believe it was Janie had said that they got home about 3-ish. We'll see that. And the
And
kids were
this
playing
is one thing
outside.
that I missed, that I never realized. Maybe you did, maybe you did. But Malaya says Lily is in her pajama pants. Then she says Lily, she didn't think they were changed. So which is it? Come on now. Come on. How do you not know what your kids are wearing? I thought you put them to bed, Malaya. I thought you put them to bed. So, you guys, we're talking about a 4-year-old child and a 6-year-old child. We are talking preschool and kindergarten age, first grade max. Right? You have your baby teeth still. And you can't remember if they ate. You can't remember if they were changed or not. This tells me, in my opinion, just my opinion, that Jack and Lily were never in bed. That something happened to Jack and Lily before bed. They said Jack and Lily were very hyper that night, Malaya says. Hey, Jen, good to see you, baby. How you doing? Those babies put themselves to bed. Yeah. If they were there, in my opinion, I believe they put themselves to bed normally. And again, they didn't really have a room. They had enough space to put a fucking bed, and that's it. I mean, both of their bedrooms combined, right, was 9 foot by 10 foot. No, smaller than that. I forgot. Mohawk, how big was it? Was it 9 by 10 for both of them? It wasn't that big. And it was a divided area. Because here's the excuse that's in the RCMP documents. Because Jack and Lily would not go to sleep otherwise. They will. They will. I have 3 kids. They're all older now. But listen, I had twins. I can tell you, they go to sleep just fine together whenever in the same room. All you have to do is have a fucking routine. That's what you got to do. I had a glider. I would sit in the bedroom and I would read stories, or we would talk or whatever. It's not rocket science. It just takes 5 minutes until they're out. It's called a routine. You make sure they take a bath or a shower. You get you feed them, right? Have them take their bath, their shower, do their homework, and then it's off to bed. It's not rocket science. Some nights are, kids might have a little bit more energy than others, whatever. But come on, man. You don't know what they were wearing? Well, you should, because they were in the same clothes for 2 days. Daniel, Malaya, and Janie should know what the hell they were wearing. 1,000%, Sherry. And this is the thing. The routine is equally for you, for us parents. It's equally for you. It's to keep you sane, right? Discipline is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It keeps your marbles a little bit, tightened at least a little bit, right? Hiker, thank you so much for 4 months. We appreciate you. Good to see you, Hiker. Thank you so much for your support and love. How you doing, hon? Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Hiker. IMBM says that she might have gone outside sometimes to play, but they came in and it was getting dark. In my opinion, this is all make believe to hide that they were already alive. Yeah, between 8 and 10. Or sorry, 8 and midnight. Yeah, something happened. Something happened. In the car and passed away on the way home. They could have gotten into rugs. I don't know if it was on the way home, though. I don't think it was on the way home. Just my opinion.
Picking
Could have, though.
worms
You never
and
know.
centipedes. And anyway, I'm thinking again, I'm going to reiterate, I really think that there's a mix up between Wednesday and Thursday night. But this is Thursday night. So the kid, they've been home or should have been home since late afternoon. The laundry was done the night previously. So anyway, and it goes on. Lily and Jack's boots were gone. Lily was wearing size 13 rainbow pink boots, and Jack was wearing size 10 blue dinosaur boots. That's interesting to me because somewhere, and I can't recall where it was stated that the RCMP went out and bought size 11 boots in order to see if they could match the boot print that was found. But Jack is wearing size 10 and Lily is wearing size 13.
Listen to that.
So that's interesting. If anybody remembers where it was stated that the RCMP purchased size 11 boots,
Joyous,
please
I
put
feel
it in
you.
the
I'm the
comments. I
shortest.
do remember hearing
too.
it. I can't remember from where, though. The other point worth noting, too, it's been a very, very long time since I had little people. Would there be a huge difference in a boot size 10 and a boot size 11, as in matching a boot print? Because it would be quite shocking if the RCMP actually had the wrong boot size.
They didn't have the wrong boot size. They did not. Definitely. Hey, old garden gal, good to see you, honey. They absolutely did not have the wrong boot size, and that is something Daniel is still trying to push. That, oh, it could be 70% that it's their boot print. It could be 95% that it's their boot print. No, I have shown you guys so many times in the documents and the reporters saying that the RCMP went to, quote, great lengths, end quote, to find Jack and Lily's, to confirm that was Jack and Lily's boot print. Now, I believe Daniel really regrets the boot and the blanket, in my opinion, but that's just me. Okay, I need to find my other thing here. Okay, because we're going to talk about something here, and guys, I've just had, my brain just went blank. Never mind, I remembered it now. Let me see here. Bear with me 1 second. I just need to pull it up. Bear with me, guys. Okay, here it is. Okay. All right, we're going to go to our friend Miss Sunny. She has Sunny, bless her, I love her to pieces. She's done a lot in Jack and Lily's case. It's a criming. Is it CRYMING? One second. Damn, which one is it? CRIMING. Shame. Okay. She has, she's, I hate when I think of something, then it's gone. Yeah, it does to me that all the time. After Limes, especially, like I'm done. So she has spoken a lot to Brad and Justin. And people have different opinions on Brad and Justin. I have believed them 100% since day one. 100%. Personally, I have. Why? I'll tell you why. This is a population of 150, and half of them are related to Daniel. They are not related to Daniel. They spoke out very early. They know what Daniel's car sounds like. They're up during the nighttime. And more importantly, they knew the exact the way Daniel went, stopped, turned around, and went up 289. They had no way of knowing that at the time had they not have heard this. Daniel didn't say. Daniel didn't tell us which way he went for months. For months after Brad and them said it. And he got caught in it. Okay. Listen to this. Because some of it's going to tie us in tomorrow with what we're talking about. Because, again, it happened Thursday night. They were, in my opinion, hidden Friday morning. Early hours of Friday morning.
Brad, right? One sec, sir. For the reminder, right? The way that DT has gone after Brad.
That's not it.
But anyways, but absolutely, to literally discredit and say that that's the information and going, well, there's two people that are talking about a vehicle. Correct. The police don't have anything on video, on camera. Why? Because there's no camera footage within that certain area for sure. There's very little camera footage.
I'll tell you what I do believe now. I do believe that RCMP have went above and beyond to maybe with even technology that we're not aware of. I'll just say that they will be able to prove, in my opinion, that Daniel's car went in and out of there that night.
Bunch of camera footage, Melissa Scott's way and whatever, a couple other ways and stuff like that. Did it make it not true? Did it make them liars? Right. So DT's hate for Brad.
Leslie, tomorrow you'll see. You'll see. I think it'll put it in a more clear picture. I think they're absolutely.
That's why he ended up showing that message.
My opinion.
Where I said something about he's not the brightest bulb. And even then he took that out of context and he's like, well, at least Sonny thinks of him in the same way. No, when I made that comment, because I make that comment a lot, like, you're not the brightest bulb in the tree or whatever. When I specifically made that particular comment, that was because there was something, Brad said something, and then he said there was something different that was said, right?
Listen,
And so then that's when I kind of made that comment. And it was in reference to that. But then DT made it look like, well, at least Sonny thinks that he's a dumb, basically ass too type of thing and whatever. And no, that's not what I even said at all. It was in reference to when something was said and then it was something else was
One
said a
second
different
here.
way. And you're like, oh, okay. Because honestly, at this case, it gets frustrating because every time you think you got something said, then all of a sudden something else is said, with regards to this case. And you thought you had this information and it just kind of gets,
One second, I gotta
old,
find the.
always having like different versions to a story type of thing. And it happened. And there's another one I was going to mention, but I'm not. I just won't touch it. Nothing to do with Brad.
Okay, give me a second. I gotta
Playing
find the
Haley's
thing.
clip. Then he threw me underneath the bus with Brad profusely for that. And he said it because he detested Brad.
Bear with me, guys. I
And
don't
so
remember what it
when
was.
then a couple times recently, I received messages, from Haley about, hey, about the clips, right? And I'm like, Haley said she had deleted it, blocked it, type of idea. And I was like, not even sure which clip. I didn't even really ask her because I just assumed it would have been those clips from there. And then I had another person message me and say the same thing. And I was like, okay, well, what the heck? And it was kind of one of those things is that I was like, okay, well, there definitely was like 6 or 7 clips I had sent DT, but obviously these private messages he decided to share with his special group of friends, or at least probably Angeline or who.
Okay, this isn't the one. I'm pretty sure. I think it's the next one. Bear with me, guys. I think it's this one.
Who knows? But anyway, there's that group. And whatever their fight for is Brad Turner's of the world and shit like that. Again, I don't really get into the drama, but me and Haley were talking about it. And next thing you know, it's just like, well, let's just do a live on it.
Sorry, I think that's the same one I just showed you guys. Come on, man. Which one was it? Shit, I need to figure out. Okay, I think it's this one.
Although she did not want these clips, and like I had told the Drunk Turkey show, so I'm just gonna quickly play a couple things and preface talk about truth and transparency. So again, then
I answered back to them, Tori, as well. You have asked me some questions. I answered back to them. Now, with that being said, I answered them with, confidentiality, that they weren't going nowhere, which you explained, yada, yada, we're over it. It is fine. There is nothing in this case that is being said that isn't going to be out there. Hell or high water here, everything's going to be out. It is what it is. I will say from the beginning when DT did play that little clip, which was me talking about, Hayden drinking, getting drunk, Malaya having a few drinks, I didn't agree with it. But hey, that's not for me to really agree or disagree with. It is her life.
I'm exiting out of that one. It's shit. I'm so sorry, guys. I had so many tabs open here. Okay, I think it's this one.
Brad is the neighbor. He's the neighbor on Lansdowne Station Road. He's not the neighbor that found the footprint.
Daphne, do you remember which one I was playing the other night?
That night into the morning.
Of her. I am using it, but it's not.
Yeah. It does make you wonder though, right? With the children that knew Jack and Lilly. Are they still thinking about Jack and Lilly? Brandon has been involved since the day the kids went missing and already provided MCU with everything he knows and seen. I think Charmaine pulled up a post there from Monsters of Chaos. I remember very little about his name, to be honest with you. I remember, like, it's been so long about that. I'd like to go read that post again or see what that said again. He's been involved, all right. Got there some quick. Who you talking about for that one, Bossman? Talking about Brand. So
The one I was playing the other night.
So I have to correct myself.
We were talking about.
I kept saying that on the audio it was heard, but it was last seen in their bedroom, around 8 o'clock. So I just wanted to correct Brandon. I don't know much about that dude, to be honest. Do you know him at all? Like beyond,
7, maybe.
Like, do you know who Brandon is personally? Daniel and Janie, like, giving us the knowledge about their phones being left.
Maybe this is it.
I just feel like there's always these details that they give. No different than kind of Daniel saying about the, well, of course my fingerprints are going to be on the blanket, right? Like, duh. But why are you telling us that? I think that on that killed Jesper or whatever it was that Charmaine played, I mean, like I said, regardless, it stuck out like a sore thumb. Like, why are you telling us these details? Why are you giving us these details, about your phone? But then you're saying that you were looking down every culvert and that, obviously with a phone, it's just, again, it's inconsistency after inconsistency. Brad and Justin speak the truth. Thing is, again,
I'm looking, guys. Just bear with me 1 second.
Who here thinks it was? Yeah, a lot of people believe more accidental. I think.
I'll find it in just 1 second. I'm so sorry, guys.
I'm more likely to think it was.
I'm going over my history.
I'm more actually to think that it wasn't necessarily planned, but that it wasn't accidental either. Like, meaning if I had to weigh the two options of if this is about revenge or accidental, if this is about taking a couple kids out of the equation, or if a person, right? I don't know. Like, always get tossed and torn. But if I probably had to go with my gut, based on the nature of the relationship and the environment, this sounds like more of an anger issue thing.
I think I'm almost
and that's
there.
why I say I don't believe that Daniel didn't know Malaya wasn't going to leave him. I don't buy that at all. Again, I think about the Barry Sam Morphew case when he acts like he didn't know about the affair. Fuck off, Barry. Fucking liar. Well, that's how I feel about when Daniel says that he didn't know. There was clearly tons of, even his own actions about holding Malaya, trying to get the phone. I believe Malaya when she says that, right? Right. They're trying to prevent you from calling, right? I lived in an abusive relationship.
I got it.
Like this. And right, controlling what to wear.
Lord, that
what
was
I
hard.
can do with my friends, or remember if I.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I am so embarrassed. I really apologize about that. I am usually a lot more prepared, but I had so many tabs open I couldn't remember which one it was. Panorama, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very, very much. Thank you so much, babies. Really appreciate you very, very much. Yes, I had wanted info on Brandon. Okay, here we go. This is the one.
Know that you've always been supportive to this.
Okay, give me a second.
You were full of shit. And I knew you were full of shit. My standards.
I like Sunny because she has no filter. And I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Is it your birthday, Sherry? Is it your birthday? Is today Sherry's birthday? Thank you, Patty. Let's sing happy birthday to our Sherry. She's here every time. She never misses a live stream. She's very loyal to me. Happy birthday, Sherry Lynn. Happy birthday, Miss Sherry Lynn. This is my rendition of Happy Birthday, Mr. President, that the late, great Norma Jean Marilyn Monroe sang to John Fitzgerald Kennedy so many years ago. The world is your oyster. It's up for you to find the pearls, Miss Sherry. And guess what? We have your clam shucker ready to go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Sherilyn. Happy birthday to you. I make an idiot out of myself just to make you guys laugh. I hope you know that. And the internet is for, of course, you got to make the lip wobble. All right, guys. Sorry. I was a little distracted there. It took me a second to find it. We're back on track. We're back on track. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's go.
That I have to hold up to myself as a person, you know, and with different things of private conversations and stuff like that. If you don't have your word, then what do you have, right? So to me, it's always about trying to bring the best information that I can gather from different cases that I follow. And in this case, I've been lucky enough to have Belinda talk to me, join on lives. I've been lucky to many things. So Justin, it was like 1 to 1:30 that he hears a vehicle going towards the railroad tracks and then going up towards Laird. Now, Brad says what stuck out to him the most about the first trip, because I asked him about that too. There's certain things that, you know, I mean, I honestly, I just didn't want to upset Brad because it's kind of like you're asking for information and, you know, like they have information in their head, but it wasn't very clear to me, but I didn't want to upset him either because obviously.
So there's only a few things that really, I mean, what could happen to two children that night, right? This is a high risk home for children. There is multiple factors going on in this home, right? It's not a stable environment. At least the stepfather is admittedly on rugs at the time. There's CPS going on. There is black eyes happening, bruises. The teachers reporting that there is not adequate clothing. The mom can't even remember if she changes or feeds her kids. And there is a relationship about to break. There's a relationship about to break. So really, in my opinion, well, something's about to break, right? If you look at whenever relationships break, if there is any sort of domestic violence happening in the home. Domestic violence does not necessarily mean your spouse. It can mean anybody in the house, But the most likely time that there is abuse happening in the home, the most risky time for you to stay alive is whenever you're leaving. Whenever you're leaving, right? And we know that that was about ready to happen. There was financial difficulties going on, and you are exactly right, Anita. Clear escalation since December CPS visit. And Daniel knows, Malaya knows, and family knows that there was more that happened in that home in December than just CPS.
This case is taking a toll on his family and his life and stuff like that, you know. And then he took a little bit of a break there. And then, you know, he has been talking a little bit more and coming into the live chat. So appreciate you, Rad. Thank you so much. But anyways, so what stood out to him the most, because I had asked him that, and he was like, typically said that Daniel typically, you know, when he works, he basically lets his car run. But this particular night,
very
and
important.
he has it as 12.
We're talking about the night the night Jack and Lily go missing. This is what the neighbor is telling Sonny. Sonny's spoken to him at great lengths about what he heard. This is so important, guys. I'm telling you, in my opinion, this is so important. I can't even tell you.
Run, but this particular out, and he was like, typically said that Daniel typically, you know, when he works, he basically lets his car run. But this particular night, and he has it as 12 approximately. Now he has 12:22. So that's a pretty precise time to say 12:22. Kind of like, you know, when Daniel says that on the day of the night of when the children's disappearance.
Now, again, 12:22, that's very specific. And Daniel says that he, again, checked on Jack and Lily, flipped the light on. That was about 12:22. Daniel says it's a little bit after midnight. That he checks on the kids. Remember, he can't remember from 8 to midnight, but he can remember from a little bit after midnight when he checks on the kids. Malaya says privately that she wakes up at midnight and Daniel is in the bathroom doing rugs. The neighbor is saying a little bit after midnight, he's hearing Daniel's car. Yes, he normally warms up his car before going to work. Yes.
I went to sleep at 9:09, right? Sometimes it's because maybe you looked at something or whatever, and your mind goes right to that time.
Also, I want to tell you this. Daniel said something that was very interesting about a warm car the other day. He fucks himself, really. But here we go. Daniel said the other day, he said, when I got in Malaya's car, her 2017 white Nissan Pathfinder, he said, the car was not warm yet. So that means nobody left in that car that night. And it's just so interesting. He said that the other day. Now, this is months ago when Sonny and Brad talk about this. Brad says, Daniel normally warms up his car. Right? Yeah. So this tells me that Brad absolutely knows Daniel's car, absolutely knows his habits. We know our neighbors, especially in the country or the suburbs. We know them. Do you guys remember Daniel the other day saying that Malaya's car was not warmed up yet, so nobody could have left? Well, it's just so interesting that Brad had said this months ago and had already told the RCMP all of this.
So now, let me just go to this quickly. So 1222 to 105-ish, he says was like the time. So again, so that when I say 1222 to 105-ish, that's basically going and then coming back type of time. Estimated.
Now listen.
So that when I say 1222 to 105-ish, that's basically going and then coming back type of time, estimated, okay? Again, these times were approximately between 12 to 5. So I asked him, like, do you kind of have a memory of, approximately, like it was at 12:30, area, just trying to get more of a time frame and stuff like that. Oops, sorry, Tom Lou. I don't think that the music went off for that yet. Thank you for the super sticker. Sorry, I was just scrolling down, but a super sticker tonight. There's lots of people in the chat. There's, Citizen Sleuth. I for Jack and Lilly, and you guys. I just want say Brad and Justin's honest answers. Okay, so the first trip is that we're talking about is 1222 to 105-ish. Now, at that particular time, right?
Again, Daniel says midnight or a little bit after. He says actually a little bit after midnight. Very interesting how this is all aligning, isn't it?
That Brad believes that that's when Daniel's vehicle went up towards Laird for that particular time.
That's when it went up Laird. You know something? I wish Brad and Justin would do hypnosis. I wish they would do hypnosis, honestly, because sometimes with hypnosis, you can get more things out that you don't even recall. You can, you can't use it in the courts or anything, but it might help them remember even deeper. Just to nudge a few more details out of there.
Now, the second time was, let me go back here, was about 110 to 145-ish. So remember, that's a trip, right? That comes back, leaves approximately, and then 145-ish, okay? And that one is, that comes back 10 to second time was,
second time,
let me go back here, was about 110 to 145-ish. So remember, that's a
second trip, 110 to 145-ish. Okay. So that's about 35 minutes. About 35 minutes. Now, this car is very loud because it has exhaust trouble, right? Kind of like Daniel. He's going to have exhaust trouble whenever he goes up into the clink, in my opinion, allegedly. But regardless, this car is really loud. You can hear it in way, way, way down in the road. And you can hear it in the country as well.
Trip, right? That comes back, leaves approximately, and then 145-ish,
for the 10 joules, baby.
And that one is, and
thank you, NSAP, for the 10 joules.
145-ish, okay? And that one is, so the first time he said he believed it was Laird, the second one, McLeod. Now, McLeod is the one where he says he distinctly remembers that it was about that the car drove but then it was stopped for about 20 minutes and then started back up again. So, you know, I know a lot of people think about the star on the little bridge and McLeod, because that's where that little bridge is, where that star was found, if most people recall.
This is so important.
And again, and these are just, right?
This is such an important live because I really, really believe Brad and Justin. What do you mean, Sylvia Brown? What about him?
Take it all with the grain of salt, because these are just someone trying to remember.
Sammy, thank you for the 10 jewels, my dear. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, babe. Thank you so much.
Approximately those times, but, you know, 4 trips and doing their best recollection to recall. Okay. The third one was Matheson. And that one was, he figures, approximately 2:30 to 3:10. Again, these trips kind of, you know,
these are estimates, right? I mean, this is him being up at night, working out in his garage. And this is, what they say, 2:10? Listen to this.
And that one was, he figures, approximately 2:30 to 3:10.
Right. So we're talking about 30 to 35 minutes away. Now, I believe that they will find Jack and Lily. I believe, again, it's very rare for someone to move someone or someone's, because if they do, first of all, they're watching you like a fucking hawk. Number 2, it creates 2 scenes, if you will. No matter how much you rake or dig in an area, if remains have been there, they will find it eventually. They will find it. Oh, I think he is, Nick. I think he is. They have absolutely no reason to lie. In fact, I think it's probably made them very uncomfortable living in a place that small, knowing that family is all around. Right? Yeah. And you've got to think of what, you know, so they can't be, in my opinion, that far. I'm not going to say where I think the RCMP have a pretty good, I think that they will eventually do some more searches that's outside of that radius, or they are doing more searches. Thank you, Jeannie. Love you, darling.
Again, these trips kind of, you know, are ranging from about 25 minutes, 35 minutes, something like that in there. Okay. Now I did ask them if there was any other ones that were like stop and go. Now in the documents or whatever, you hear that Brad says that none of them were out of earshot. Right. Now, in saying that, it's kind of like I had asked him if there was any of those other 3 trips, if there was like kind of like stop and go. But honestly, he doesn't quite remember if there was. But I think the one that stood out the most was the one on McLeod, where it was like a 20-minute stop, and then the vehicle starts up again.
Absolutely. I believe she heard. Stinkler says, I know Jenny claims that she hears everything, but I think she is quite deaf, which is why she yells, so I doubt it. If Tucker would have barked. And she said Tucker barked that morning, which is, you know, what woke her up. Night Joyous, love you, baby. She said Tucker woke her up when they heard the kids, and this dog barks at everything. So if Tucker would have woke her up that morning, he would have woke her up that night with this car going in and out of there. And again, the headlights were on. The neighbors on each side heard him. She heard.
Again, now, if you're throwing a blanket in a tree, you probably don't need a lot of stop time for that.
Also, what she said. Sorry, Joyous. Someone was telling you good night. I'm sorry. Sorry. Whoever was saying good night. Good night. Okay. Sorry, Mama. Sorry, Miss Joyous. So yeah. You know what I think they need to do with a lot of these missing children's cases, or missing persons cases in general? I think they need to start getting the scent of the parents or the perpetrator and seeing, for instance, if that scent will lead, like the blanket, will the scent lead from the road to where the blanket was in the tree? Would it smell Daniel? Would it even smell Malaya? I think this is a big mistake investigators make. That's just my opinion. I believe they should have done that for Don and Candace Wells. I believe they should have done that for Chris and Katie Proudfoot. I believe they should have done it for Daniel and Malaya. Start getting. That's a way to see, right?
Not really, right? And but that blanket in the tree is like someone literally just, right, Daniel, come on now, laying it over the tree, right? That was the look of it when you were looking. Okay, and then the fourth time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, missing children's cases, but missing wives, missing mothers, missing brothers, anybody's case. You know what I mean? Like any of it.
Right, is down on the fourth is Lansdowne. So we got Laird first, second McLeod, third Matheson, and fourth Lansdowne. And that time again is between 4 to 5-ish. Now, I want to say this. So
Okay,
we
do you hear
obviously
that?
know 4, and that time again is between 4 to 5-ish.
4 to 5-ish. The road that Daniel was down with the blankie. Oh.
Now, I want to say this. So we obviously know that Justin's time was 1 to about 1:30.
Happy Turtles. Thank you so much for the 10 jewels, my friend. Appreciate you very much.
And going up towards Laird. But all I wanted from Brad was just what his own truth was, right? What he remembers from it. So in my head, I was thinking, okay, well, the time kind of, the second time more matches, Justin's, but all I wanted was his own accuracy. But yet, by the same token, right? I mean, there is a time from 12:22 to 1:05. Justin says 1:05 or 1 o'clock to 1:30. So it could be within number 1 or 2. So again, it's just trying to make sense and trying to get the best information we can to understand that night and why potentially. I specifically asked him again about the vehicle, being a Kia Rio. And he said yes. Now, again, he said that Daniel, like I asked him why this car was deemed as loud. And he said, because no muffler, right? And that's one thing. So
Daniel's not. Okay. I'm going to use muffler in a sentence. Daniel won't have a muffler left when in prison. Period. Yeah. Thank you so much for 19 months, my dear. Really, really do appreciate you, my love. Love me some Justin and Pearls. We love you, beautiful. So pretty. Thank you so much, darling. Appreciate you very, very much. Thank you for your support. That's an OG right there. Tint drives a Tesla, but he's not involved in the case. Oh, hell no. Tint's not involved at all. God, no. Tint's a good guy.
I know for a fact that anyone living near Daniel or even Brad would know those
got the joke.
Neighbors' vehicles when they hear them. And that's why Brad is 100% certain about this vehicle. So not only did he hear Daniel's vehicle start, but he left fast to what he normally would do. And that's why it stood out to him. Because
And again, remember Daniel the other day said, what did he say? Malaya's car was not warmed up. So I knew she didn't take it anywhere. Daniel warms up his car, generally. But he went vroom a little bit.
it was just like, out, get in the car, go. But the sound of his vehicle would absolutely, the neighbor would know that it's been living there, when Daniel and that moved in for years, right? Now, he said that the original, would absolutely, the neighbor would know that it's been living there,
Yes.
when Daniel and that moved in for years, right? Now, he said that the original owner was Margaret McKenzie. Maybe that's why they were there's Boss Man right there. Thank you, Brad. And so maybe that's the reason why potentially that the RCMP were at Ron's home. Maybe they were looking for this vehicle. Who knows?
Could be. Ron was really talked about a lot that he was, talking to his little sissy that morning. And, you want to go to town, all of this. And he made it over there exceptionally quick after 1019. Supposedly there, right as, I think maybe even just a couple minutes before the RCMP was showing up. Again, not saying he is involved in any way, shape, or form. However, that is the timeline. Right.
Don't know the reason, but we know that they were there. And I can't help but think of always when the RCMP were at the sawmill as well, and there's all these things that, again, every time something comes Daniel's way, because he's the one that's always talking for Malaya, like basically talking for them both pretty much, is that there's just consistent deflection, right? Janie talks about, I asked Brad about this as well. Janie had said, and this was on Ninchi's, I had heard her playing certain clips, which kind of propelled me to, go back to Belinda and back to Brad and ask about this. And because basically I remember that Daniel, okay, they're constantly trying to point fingers.
Yeah, they should have, Susie. I think one of the big problems is in this, in my opinion, is that they allowed the family to stay in the house that night.
Fingers towards Brad as if he's the one, like he's the shit disturber. Oh yeah, like basically he was the one that probably came into the trailer, and it's like they're wording things, and it's like they're pointing a finger but not directly sitting there saying his name or something like that. Now I asked Brad when Janie said that his truck goes up, and she didn't say his name, but you guys
listen to this.
She infers exactly who this is, and that his truck is the only one that goes up the old road. Now,
awesome.
Listen to this.
On me when about found back right up. Appreciate it. Oh, that you've always been supportive. Okay. But anyways, thank you, Miss Dog Lover. Okay. So
listen to this.
So 1 second now. Where was I?
Susie Q, I know it's later for you guys in Nova
I was
Scotia,
talking
Canada.
about Brad and the Times. Shoot. What did I just say, Melissa?
Yes.
Sorry,
yes,
Miss Dog
yes.
Lover. Melissa, what was I just saying? Come on, turn on your mic. Or unless you were not
Listen
listening.
to this.
I don't know. I'm
will-
thinking. I'm trying to remember what you were saying.
Okay, so you weren't. You guys, what was I just talking about prior to the super chat?
Because you were
I
talking
know I
about the
was talking-
timeline and how did it make any sense. And
It's like, I again fully believe. Was I talking about Ninchi? Oh, okay. With Ninchi, hold on, it's coming.
No, you were talking about the truck. The truck. The truck,
It's
Sonny.
like right there. It's right. Inferring that it was Brad's car. Yeah, but you guys, it's like right there. It's just like here. And she brought up, oh, I was talking about the old road.
Here we go.
Thank you so much. It just dawned on me. Okay, so I asked Brad about that. Because again, she's like, Daniel's like, he was revving the
that's
car
amazing,
during the
Susie.
search and rescue, and basically just trying to be a jerk, and
Hold on.
he rescue, and Daniel's like, yes, Brad,
Listen.
about that. Because again, she's like, Daniel's like, he was revving the car during the search and rescue, and basically just trying to be a jerk, and he didn't care, and he was one that didn't let people.
Whose truck? Brandy.
Search the property, and then Janie's sitting there, saying that we know his truck, we can hear it from a mile away, and he's the only one that goes up the old road, and the old road is the one that I'll show you it quickly. Let me see here. Share screen. Do I have Google Earth up here quickly? I think I don't. Do I have Google Earth up? No, I gotta open it. All right, fine. I'll take you guys for a ride on Google Earth for a second. Share screen, Windows.
This live is so
Where
important.
are you, Google Earth? Right here. Whoops, nope, that's not it.
Let me fast forward it here a little bit.
Google Earth. I'll just take you on 1407.
Okay, listen to this.
Okay, so 1407. Obviously, Garlic Road is here, and this is the old road here. Okay. If you guys can't see it, that's the one that. So Janie, there's another good one. But anyway, so that's the old road right here. And so and Brad's like, nope, I don't even go up it. Because I wanted to know, like, again, they keep trying to deflect to everybody else all.
Okay. Now, think about this. They're talking about Janie and Daniel are talking about a loud truck, right? They're talking about a loud truck going behind the house there. Am I understanding that right? Chat, I'm understanding that right? That he goes behind the house to piss him off or whatever. I find that very interesting. Why do I find that very interesting? Because Janie says it's a loud vehicle. But Janie knows Daniel's car is a loud vehicle. Right? Janie, was you hearing Daniel's car rather than Brad's truck? And I would think that you guys would find, someone who may have heard Daniel in the night that knows his loud car. That might be, it could be perceived as rather threatening to your story. So I think that's why, in my opinion, you guys might be talking about a loud truck, hearing a loud truck. I find that very interesting. That Janie and Daniel, this loud truck, but Daniel has a loud car. I think they're just trying to flip the script like they normally do. Yep. Two neighbors heard you, Daniel. Janie, Malaya, you had to hear it. But here, and if somebody, I need to find out where Janie and them said that. and dig that out. Same as Janie and Daniel's no car 100% while sleeping, the other car that gave DM a ride home. I believe Daniel had, he could possibly had a ride home that evening.
The
Can't really
time,
talk about it, but
you know, because Ron got taught a lesson a few years ago, and they're still on there.
just the facts. Thank you for 450 joules, my friend. Really do appreciate you. Thank you very much for your support, love. Thank you, babies. Thank you, just the facts. I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. Two neighbors can't be wrong, in my opinion. Yeah. Well, you got to think about it this way as well. Two neighbors hear Daniel's vehicle. Daniel talks about Malaya's car wasn't warmed up, which kind of shows a pattern that Daniel warms up his car, right? Then they hear Daniel's loud vehicle. They say the exact same way that Daniel goes. They give the trips, how many trips they did, approximate what times they gave the trips. And then Janie and Daniel are blaming Brad on this loud truck behind the house, that they hear a loud truck, but might have been Daniel's car. Oh, and then guess what? He crushed the fucking car. He took it to the crusher. Now, that's not suspicious, is it? That's not suspicious. The neighbors hear the exact car Daniel crushes. Yep. Yep. You sure do. You sure do in the country. Yep.
Now, let's hear. You know, it's okay. And because I had asked Brad again, like,
They
you
have
know,
a
are
lot
you sure it's like a Kia Rio?
They have a lot more, and this is, in my opinion, why Daniel is speaking out. I think he's probably going to get quiet again. I think he's probably going to go back into his nest for the next month, while he awaits his upcoming court hearing to how he pleads. And I think he'll probably get quiet again, because he has really not helped himself recently, in my opinion. That it wasn't. It sure wasn't. It sure wasn't. Shannon, how you doing, girl?
And he's like, yes, right? And so again, well, you know, again, this loud vehicle,
listen,
that leaves at night. And again, I'm saying, like, why would Brad insert himself when he didn't have to, but he did it because of the children? And that I knew. And
oh, Shar said he's not talking. Poor Danny. Well, you know, Brandy, after tomorrow, because I know him, or some of them is going to be in the members only tomorrow. He probably will talk, or he'll get really fucking quiet, one or the other, because it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
So, you know, again, there's no reason. You know, Janie, this is a case of two missing children, and Daniel always, and Janie, of course, it's her son, so she's always trying to make his shit shine. But Daniel's always deflecting everything. He always tries to get ahead of the game. Daniel, to me, is like,
yes, he does. He's a little weasel, which he started calling Tint a little weasel after I started calling Daniel a little weasel. Daniel, stop listening to me, even though you don't listen.
I'm sorry, Daniel, but you're one of the stupidest people I have ever come across on the internet, that literally tells on himself and doesn't realize how much he's telling on himself, you know? And so, but anyway, so I wanted to, unless Brad wants to say more to that in chat, that's pretty much what I had asked him, was about the 4 trips, approximate timelines.
Well, he's actually he got quiet for a while, but he's did 3 interviews recently.
And let's see here. And let's see here. And right, and each one. So Laird, McLeod, Matheson, Lansdowne being the blanket. Now, again, let's go. Let's see. Oh, too late. Too late about that part, Brad. Sorry about that.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Shannon, is it your birthday? Is it Shannon's birthday too? Let me know in chat. Is it Shannon's birthday too?
Yeah. Oops. Brad, I seen your message after, about saying about the owner first. Sorry about that. It's because I was scrolled up to the other part of your messages and stuff like that. But anyways, okay. So let's see here. So I wanted to talk about
Is your birthday today, Shannon? Shannon, tell me. Is your birthday today? It was yesterday. Guys, I got to sing happy birthday to Shannon. We love Shannon. I'm going to warm up my pipes. Happy birthday, Miss Shannon. The world is your oyster. It's up for you to find the pearls. And guess what?
This nicotine patch for an hour.
Your oyster shucker is right here. Right here, darling. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, our dear little Shannon. Happy birthday to you. A little more, darling. A little more. Love you, darlings. You and Sherry almost celebrate the same birthday. What is June? What's your sign?
that whole thing as well, like the blanket, right?
I know what I do know what Daniel's birth sign is. I do know that. I know Daniel's birth sign. It's called crystal math.
Okay.
In my opinion, allegedly.
The whole blanket thing is just, to me, the most ridiculous thing ever. To me, absolutely, Daniel, to me, in my opinion, planted that blanket. It's like he can try to sit there and sell ice to the Eskimos, but dude, you could never look so much guilty as the fact that you actually planted it. You've been trying to point fingers towards,
Tell him, Sonny.
Hayden and Haley and everybody else, like you do with everything that you've done. But yeah, sorry, Brad. But anyways, but the thing is that he was called, of course, back into the investigation.
What's the end of June? Well, I'm a Cancer, so I think the end of June to I think it's like the third week of July. I think I'm a cusp because I'm a Cancer. My birthday's the 15th. So Cancer.
In there, because of his timeline, because of the blanket, and because of the timeline, which we already had heard about. But Daniel, of course, will try to smooth it over, like, hey, you know what? My buds from the RCMP, they're just, wanting to check with me on my timeline. So then this goes back to some other inconsistencies here that I wanted to talk about. Now, before I go on, Melissa, Is there anything that in regards to this that you wanted to say, whether it's about the Brad's information or just anything before I get started on my next points here?
So something I found interesting, and I don't know if it had been said before, and I just somehow magically missed it because I do that sometimes. But Brad saying that, I remember from before, there was, approximately 4 trips back and forth. That was not new. I knew that. What I
Right.
didn't know is that at one point in one of the trips, that the car was turned off for approximately 20 minutes. Now, we had heard before that it had stopped at one point for a couple of minutes, like
I wonder why it stopped. I wonder why that car stopped. Maybe it was a pink blanket. Maybe that's why. Oh, you're a Cancer too, Brian. So I find that interesting. I need to make a picture of Daniel on the moon, and he's got like he's holding the flag, but it's a pink blanket.
2 minutes, but it never turned off, right? So it's like, okay, well, you can't do really that much in 2 minutes, but you can do a lot of stuff if you've turned off your car in 20 minutes, especially if it was something premeditated. And I'll leave it at that as far as what is going through my mind. But 20 minutes is a good amount of time. And to me, that's something I hadn't.
Is it Susanna's birthday too? Is today your birthday, Susanna? Is today your birthday, Susanna?
Heard before was that it had been turned off for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
now,
he did mention.
I've been doing other stuff while you've been talking because
Mine's July,
I had to
baby.
get something done real quick.
No, mine's July 15th.
But do we know which road it turned?
It's Susanna's birthday too. Oh my God! We gotta sing. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. I came from Alabama. Okay. Okay. Susanna, happy birthday to you, dear. The world is your oyster. It's up for you to find the clam shucker. And guess what? We're right here, darling. We're right here. This is my rendition. Is there any more of y'all's birthdays? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Susanna for Christ. Happy birthday to you. And many more, Susanna. You got a lot of birthdays today. Lots of birthdays. Okay, listen to
Turned
this.
off for 20 minutes.
Oh, see, you weren't listening to me. Yes, we do. It was McLeod Road, right, Brad? McLeod. Right? That's
Then,
what I'm
in
showing
my
you on the
opinion,
screen.
RCMP needs to go check McLeod Road and do so in an area. Okay, Brad can hear the vehicle here, but he can't hear it here. Okay, this is one, this is point A.
Yeah, I knew it.
And this is point B, and map out an area there at McLeod Road and search that area, because that's 20 minutes. I mean, you could do a lot in 20 minutes.
Yeah. And just one
And
second,
something that I seen today is, Malaya had said that Daniel was up all night, using math. Well, to my knowledge, and I could be wrong, but to my knowledge, there was never any rugs or paraphernalia or anything found in the home. Well,
Now, I'm going to say on that, I disagree. There were, in my opinion, rugs found in that home and allegedly in one of the vehicles. Now, again, I want to say that that's not proven or anything, but I heard very early on that, and I showed you guys those receipts on that. Locals, people around very close to there, said that there were rugs found in the home and one of the vehicles. So there's that. And first of all, why would Daniel, or why would Malaya say Daniel was up smoking meth at midnight, right? Number one. Number two, they did a deal Thursday during the daytime.
Had to get rid of that at some point, right?
I don't think they
so. You know,
yeah,
that bugs me. Like that bugs me. And why are you now getting rid of it, right? Like you do math, and then you're like, oh shit, I need to get rid of this shit. Why? Because you know RCMP is coming. Because you know these children are gone, and now you have to call
Artemisia, remind me to sing you happy birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, dear. Your birthday was a few days ago. Happy birthday, love.
Call RCMP, and they're going to come in. Like, there's a lot of things about this case that just will make your head spin.
Well, absolutely with that. Now you made me forget what I was going to say, though, because I was going to say something twice, and now I forget. It took longer than what I thought. A little bit tired. So opened up keep talking about the star because Lily had a jacket, but to me, like that, something like that is not going to fall off a jacket. Okay, they do not make jackets with decals like that where a star is going to fall off. It's like usually star, like you can tell that the jacket they were showing was a material type jacket that had a print of stars. But now, could that be a star that was on the backpack or something like that? So, so going all back to this is like I said to Brad,
listen,
but I almost feel like the 4 trips was, and again, in my opinion, is the fact of Daniel racing around planting stuff. Right? Like the blanket and probably some other things. And him and Malaya both are like, well, I mean, I just can't believe that they didn't find anything, they got backpack, diaper, right? And so I really kind of associate the fact that these trips, at least the majority of them, were about trying to plant evidence to make it seem like these children were abducted and somebody just threw a blanket in the tree, someone just threw a backpack over here and stuff like that. And again, because they reference, both of them are like, I just don't understand why they didn't find anything. Well, because they didn't find where you planted like a knapsack per chance, by chance, or something else. But I deem those trips, because Brad says that they were in earshot, in a sense, for the most part. I just deem them as Daniel, because I absolutely, Daniel, fuck yourself, dude. You planted that blanket, in my opinion, my 1,000 billion% opinion, and planted that blanket. And it's clear as mud to me that you're so full of shit when it comes to this. Like, dude, like, you got to be one of the most stupidest people I absolutely have ever come across for any true crime case where somebody literally it tells on himself. I mean,
he's not good at it. But this is the funny part. Daniel thinks he's the best at it. JCDCBJ, thank you so much for the 67 viewers. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you very much. Very kind of you, my dear. Thank you so much, JC. Appreciate you, babe. Yep. 1,000%.
Even Durwood saying the reason he lied about the blanket is this.
And Durwood, bless his little heart, he said, sorry, that he said, I'm a disgrace, a total waste of space. Oh, Durwood. God, there's fireworks going off. Do you mean it, honey? Do you mean it? Thank you, Lovey. Appreciate you. What's triggering you so bad, Durwood? What's triggering you so bad?
Reason, and and that's why he lied about the shirt and that. Who does that shit? Okay. Who literally sits there and goes, you know what, I'm going to get ahead of the game here, folks. And I'm going to sit there and say that if the children are found with a shirt and stuff like that, just know that this is Malaya's family doing it.
He's ironclad, y'all. Ironclad. Dreamcatcher, how you doing, girl? You are amazing. I adore you. You are an OG best channel with the best people on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you, Dreamcatcher. Appreciate you, babe. So sweet of you. And I really do appreciate that. 26 months is amazing. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I'm also going to say that, you know what? I mean, I don't know, but I think Haley freaking took like boxing classes and punched a hole right into that garbage bin while she was there after the fact of the police, right? And that, and the searchers and that. And yeah, and then her and of course Hayden and that, and Logan, who's right behind. They're just going to sit there and go, oh, you know what? Let me just grab in, right? And the thing about this whole garbage thing too is that when Janie talks about it, she talks about, of course, Janie, who doesn't know anything about the property, right? Or the Reiki or the shoveling the holes and stuff like that. But anyways, when he talks about it, right? Now he's like, well, see, it probably was on the rail. And guess what? Cheryl and Haley are, of course, Malaya's side of the family.
I mean, think about this. Think about how he blamed Haley and all of these people about planting the blanket when he is the only one. Malaya didn't even deny it, that was Lily's blanket, right? They only took Daniel's DNA, and that comes from Daniel himself. Daniel himself as well. That only comes from him. He said, no, they didn't take anybody else's DNA. Daniel denies this pink blanket and the shoe prints, right? He's the one that denied it. Makes you wonder. Rob Beanie, another OG. How you doing? Love you, baby. Love all of those other pearls, baby. Oh, thank you, Rob Beanie. Love you, babies. Appreciate you so much for your support. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate you. Yes, Enoch. Only Daniel's DNA. Yes. 1000%.
And friend. So yeah,
and here's the thing, they can't even get the trash story right, because Malaya said she put the trash up, the blanket in the trash. Daniel says he put the blanket in the trash. And he says, even mommy saw me because I don't know how to close a gate, and I put too much trash in the bags. Come on, Daniel. Nobody is going to know a piece of a torn blanket is in there with two children that go missing. And Daniel also slips up and he says, none of them were Lily's, right? I mean, none of them were Jack and Lily's, right? When he was talking about when they found the other stuff all together, he said, none of them were Lily's, right? And then he's like, I mean, none of them were Jack and Lily's, right? He's not very good at it.
So yeah, so again, there we go, and he's kind of like trying to be sarcastic. No, dude, again, You must think that we're the most gullible people ever to sit there and think that Haley and Hayden and Logan, who's right beside your own
They have-
cousin and stuff like that, freaking went out.
I mean, think about this. Someone's who live, you know, far away from Lansdowne Station came to look for like their niece and nephew, essentially. And now they were being blamed for planting a blanket because they found the blanket. I mean, talk about a shitty person, Daniel. Talk about that is as shitty as it gets. But, you know, someone that says they want to essay a woman while they're asleep, and someone that's the prosecutors feel like they have enough to prove that he did essay a woman, assault a woman. I absolutely think that he would say something like this on a planted blanket, blame someone else. Just like I think someone that can essay a person would hurt a child. I don't think you're a shitty person all the way around.
Over there after the fact and, you know, prance down the road just to go,
Oh, yeah.
oops, let me just throw this blanket in the tree. Or the fact that you're trying to cover up.
Dolores, thank you for the 200 joules. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for getting the flow state. Thank you, love. I appreciate you very much, my dear. Thank you, Miss Dolores.
Which really happened to Jack and Lilly, and you planted it because you're trying to plant different evidence, trying to misdirect us with this whole bullshit about the whole hidden.
I mean, don't you think so? Someone, again, he is absolutely innocent unless and until proven guilty, but prosecutors say that they feel that they have more than enough or they wouldn't have brought charges. And if he is convicted of sexual assault, and forcible confinement, don't you think a person that can do something like that can do anything to anybody? I wouldn't trust someone that could essay a person and hold them captive. Not a second. Not a second.
Thing, and then they're trying to insert this whole trafficking and stuff like that. Now, doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, it's because it's nonsense. And again, go back to any case when it comes to children, and you tell me that it veers off to this type of fuckery on there, and you're not going to find it. You're going to find a case like Lori Vallows that's really messed up, you know, but over in the United States, sorry, Melissa, you guys have this thing about freaking zombies and, you know, zombie freaking sheds and different shit like that. Well, that story's kind of in relation to that type of thing, just really, really far-fetched out there shit. But it's so uncommonly rare that stuff happens. Now,
hold on, Shannon. What did Shannon say? Hold on 1 second. Give me a second, guys. Hold on 1 second. The chat goes so fast, it's hard for me to see. I don't see what. Shannon, you didn't get good news? Daniel tried to blame Haley for planting it. His cousin was there when it was found, right? He omits Logan was there. Now, why would he? Yeah, exactly. It's going to be okay, Shannon. I promise. It is. We're going to be fine.
I wanted to talk about the Janie and Daniel and the time, okay? Because one of the things, again, that stands out with the inconsistencies is Daniel was trying to say that Cindy arrived within, like, what was it, 12 or 16 minutes of after calling the RCMP. Now, of course, we got the message from the Brookside family showing that, and even talking with Haley, that said that.
Yes, y'all keep Shannon in your prayers for sure. Keep all the pearls in your prayers. Also, I haven't spoke on it or anything, but our friends, Mr. and Mrs. E, their teenage son Cole had cancer, and he has passed away from cancer. And please keep them in your prayers. We love the E's. They are truly rebuke it, Shannon. I rebuke that, Shannon. I rebuke it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Thank you, Robini. Appreciate you. Fuck you, cancer. Fuck cancer. You guys are much more classy than I am. My mods are. Y'all are much more classy
like
than me.
Cindy and that, they didn't arrive till like, can't remember, it was like 1:32 area in the afternoon, because remember Cindy was in the barn and blah blah blah, and she didn't arrive till later because she wasn't near her phone. But yet we know that Malaya tried calling Cindy as well at 8:28 and didn't answer again, probably again in the barn and stuff like that. So anyway, so they arrived later. So now the thing that gets me of all this is Daniel himself telling us that he wasn't even around when the search and rescue and RCMP came, that he was gone for like an hour searching for Jack and Lilly, freaking the culvert.
Shannon, if you need us, we are here 24/7, honey. And you got my number, and I've got WhatsApp if you need to talk.
The dirt roads and all that shit. And you guys, I'm not reading chat right now, so if anyone's talking, it's Melissa trying to answer you guys on that. So again, so Daniel, so let's go back down to Janie. Okay, I want to go back to Janie on this, because again, this is just exploiting their bullshit timeline, and that's what I will do, because it's about the truth for Jack and Lilly,
JJ.
not a bunch
Absolutely.
of bullshit and BS, right? Okay, so this is the old road here. We know this, right? So Janie, according to her timeline, even though the whole timeline is mucked up anyway between the 8 to 8:30 timeline, again, we can put that to shame, that whole timeline, and it's ridiculous. It's a bunch of lies is what it is, in my opinion. But anyways, so Janie says, right, according to Daniel, and Malaya's testimony, but
Listen to
Daniel
this. I'm
said
gonna say something in a
9:36 that he
second.
woke up, whatever, tit for tat, potato, tomato, right? 9:40, 9:36, whatever. 9:40, right? Yelling for Jack. There's all these multiple reasons why, Janie thinks that she should spend another 10 minutes in her freaking palace there in the trailer, and, not even come outside to check. Okay, we all, I think, get a grasp of Janie's personality, right? What? Yeah.
So, Sunny,
Yes.
I got a question for you.
Oh, okay.
So,
Don't let me
to go back to the star
Hold
real
on.
quick.
One sec. Don't let me forget what I was talking about, though. I'm going to talk about Janie next, so don't let me forget, because it might happen. So remind me that that's where I was this time, okay? Just in case.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
I
So I was asking Brad about that too. Actually, the other person said to me, "Did you know that car was missing?" And by that
Listen.
a primer class.
It definitely was. So different things were taken for forensic thing, but we just don't know the answer to some of these items for sure. Yeah. Try to see what Boss Man's saying here as well.
So somebody asked,
Boss Man is Brad, by the way. Boss Man is Brad.
If the car could be the black car could be classified as
Is blue.
a primer or
Blue.
faded. And I said, I didn't know. Boss man said, yes, it could be classified as faded. And
Yeah, I
then
would
somebody
say,
asked
right?
if that car was missing. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
Well, the other person said to me, "Did you know that that car was missing?" And by that other person, I'm talking about Justin. And I'm like, wait, what? Wait.
Looky here. Looky here. November 29th, 2025, Justin said, "Did you know that car was missing?"
What? So I was asking Brad about that too. Actually, that's probably something I should have clarified with Brad about that. So maybe in chat, Brad, if you could just clarify, I meant to ask you about that actually.
Yep.
Did you notice that the car wasn't right now? Because Brad said that the fourth trip was a different vehicle, right? And that would
Boom. Boom. The fourth trip was a different vehicle because why? Daniel got stuck on a trail. Daniel got stuck on a trail and he had to have someone help him. I'm sorry, Hiker. There you fucking go. There you go, mother chickens. RCMP knows who it is. RCMP knows. Listen.
So I was asking Brad about that too. Actually, that's probably something I should have clarified with Brad about that. So maybe in chat, Brad, if you could just clarify, I meant to ask you about that actually. Did you notice that the car wasn't right now? Because Brad said that the fourth trip was a different vehicle, right? And that would make sense because if he's hearing this car that's the muffler's gone on it and it's really loud and he knows that vehicle to be the one that Daniel drives and et cetera, et cetera.
This tells you Brad and Justin are fucking telling the truth. They are telling the truth. Oh no, he drove that car knowing that it could break at any time. He drove that car knowing, he couldn't drive it daily, but he drove it because of the situation. And the fourth time, a whole new vehicle. It's all coming together now. It's all coming together now. And
then when the vehicle comes in for the last time and it's a different one, so that would mean like it was like a dump and go type of thing, right? Of course. And so everything he talks about after that is about getting into Malaya's vehicle, right? So Malaya's vehicle doesn't sound like freaking that, he's going to know the difference between Malaya's 2016 Pathfinder or whatever it is versus Kia Rio and a muffler and a vehicle that Daniel's been driving on because she only got.
I'll just say it's between a friend and a family member. Someone like that, in my opinion. Daniel called about the blanket in the outside trash to cover for the fact it came from inside. I think it was a last minute move to plan it, and he worried him. Yep, I think he planted it. He fucking hates that he did it now, in my opinion.
That vehicle like a couple days, right, registered, right? Like it was just a recent purchase for that vehicle. I don't know exactly if it was Grandma Patty purchased it outright for her. She had to make payments back. Probably not. Malaya seems to get pretty much everything handed over to her on a silver platter when it comes to her life and this lifestyle of wanting people to take care of her is really what it's like. Okay, so what color is Akira? Black. But if Bossman wants to answer you guys in chat, and stuff like that, so be it. It's totally up to him.
So
he's been very.
That's why it's very good to go back and listen to things Brad has said, Justin has said, Sonny has, because we all find out different things. All of us do, because we're all working our sources all the time. And this person might have this piece of information, and this person might have this piece of information. And you can put it together a little bit better. Yep.
Very gracious enough to, again, talk with me and come in here and answer some of your guys' questions and stuff like that. So, thank you guys very much. And thank you, Brad. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Belinda. So now, were you done?
I want to say thank you to Brad for answering questions, but
God bless you, Brad, and God bless you, Justin, because you guys are going to be instrumental in this case. God bless you both. I cannot thank you guys enough. Second to no one. Thank you so much, baby, for the 200 days. I appreciate you, baby. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much. Second to no one. You're an OG as well. Love you, baby. Isn't the car he had crashed the lights? I don't know what you mean, crash the lights. Yeah. And the RCMP knows. I'm telling you that tomorrow, like, if it's true, it's and it came from a really close source, I'll say, and I've got to disguise their voices. I what Jack and Lilly went through. I can't. I can't even think about it too much, to be honest with you. I got this a long time ago, and that's I haven't released. I have to do it members only because it's very, very. RCMP never mentioned any boot prints at the home where Janie claims. Never. And Daniel, that's the only one he wants to talk about. Thank you, Deborah.
I just asked that chat. Remember, Brad is just a regular citizen. He has talked with the RCMP, and I mean, it's up to Brad if he wants to answer questions, but I would just try not to overload the man with questions.
Yeah, I would come in, stuff like that. Again, for people that are did, besides the people that have knowledge about Jack's nightmare, and nobody did, besides the people that have knowledge about Jack and Lilly and what happened to them. So now, but I want to go back to Janie's timeline there. So
before you do that,
this is such an important.
Did you see Boss Man's last comment here? I haven't seen the Kia Rio since the last time I mentioned it to you, Sonny.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Haven't seen that Kia Rio. That's interesting. That Kia Rio. Remember, there was 2 vehicles. Haven't seen that Kia Rio. Now, this could be perhaps why Durwood is, saying that I'm taking up too much space as a living, breathing human, but because we know that Durwood took a picture and posted a black Kia Rio in July. I think it was July. Could be the reason, he doesn't like AB and a lot of others. He sure did, Magdalena. Good to see you. He sure did. He sure did. And remember, Justin, he didn't answer the question, who helped him out of the mud? He did not answer that. Yes. He sure didn't. And not only that, do you guys remember Durwood said, Daniel, who helped you out of the mud? Or not the mud, sorry. Who was driving with you that night? Love you, Pam. As our beautiful Celine Dion, she's a gift from Canada. We share her with the Canadians and United States. And it's all coming back to me now. Oops. Yes, I remember that. Thank you, Miss Joyous. Thank you. Yes. Daniel, who was with you that night? Who drove with you that night? Remember that? Daniel said Ron's wife had a Kia too. I think dirt weed involved in it. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to clarify that because I was just getting really jumbled in my head with the information. Because like I said, it was kind of like, bits and pieces trying to put it together, but I didn't want to overwhelm Brad either. And I didn't want to like piss him off or upset him and stuff like that, because I know that this has been very impactful on his own family and stuff like that. Right. So I just didn't want to, you know what I mean? Back information, not try to contrive from this case and try to minimize the bullshit. And, but, Daniel, who we can't trust worth a lick of shit. So when you can't trust someone, right? Now, I trust Brad. I trust his information. He's been very...
I trust Brad and Justin so much. I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you how much I trust those two in this case. Wait, was it Justin or Jordan there that night? I'm not saying. I'll just say months ago when Daniel said the blue or the black, when I called the RCMP, the way I felt that they already knew. That's the way I felt. May not be, but that's the way I felt when I gave them, Linda, thank you so much, my darling. Appreciate you very, very much for the 10 jewels. Appreciate you, baby. Thank you so much, Linda, for the 10 jewels. I really appreciate you, my dear. Yeah, it's just, how like you know what I'm saying? Like you just feel like they already knew. I'm raising 3 grandchildren and routine is very important. It is, darling. Yes. Question was, not a few of Daniel's relatives own wrecking yards, scrap metal. I think yeah, they're stupid for helping him out, in my opinion.
Let me put it this way. Brad's not the type of person that you can tell. You can tell that he's more of a private person. And he just doesn't talk to anyone type of thing. But, you know, he will, I believe, talk to people when he feels like there's like a trust there and stuff like that.
Let me tell you about country people. And it doesn't matter if you're in Canada, the United States. I was raised on a 250-acre farm. It was an hour and a half bus ride. I transferred buses 3 times as a kid of the morning and 3 times of the evening. That's how in the fucking country I lived. I was raised country. Okay. Country people are leery. We're shy. We're shy people. We don't, you know, I mean, I was a little different than the rest of my family, but country people are shy. They're leery of outsiders. They don't like the attention on them at all. They don't want, you know, they'll say, just like Brad said, I'll talk to you, but I'm not writing anything down. That's just who country people are. Very good people. The kindest people you would ever see in your life. Right? They just live different, and they just don't like that kind of, pizzazz, they're just more leery of outsiders, if you will. Okay? It's okay, Justin. No one shy at Walmart. You're funny, Linda. I know. I mean, I'm just telling you, I know. So they have no reason to lie. No reason. That's all, they just wanted to find Jack and Lilly and say what they heard or saw or experienced that night.
And I know that a lot of people that watch this channel, I mean, if they know me, they know that I'm not about bullshit and fluff and all that stuff. That it's just about brutal honesty and about trying to get information.
Now it would be against the law for a child to be on a bus an hour and a half and 3 bus transfers.
And to understand Jack and Lilly. Why? Because for me, as a human being, as a person, as a mother, as a person that cares about people, cases like this come along where your heart is broken, because your heart is broken because you know that all these other hearts are broken because these 2 beautiful faces of Jack and Lilly are missing. And whenever it comes to children, anytime it comes to children, my heart is always with children, but my heart always thinks about the people that are impacted as well by these children.
The scrapyard was checked. It absolutely was. It absolutely was. I mean, listen, Daniel says that the RCMP didn't care about the car that he scrapped, but he says they asked him why he scrapped it. They know it's not a secret. That's why Daniel, after we said that Daniel, he was up a little trail, weren't you? And got stuck and had to have someone help you out. You scrapped that car. He knew the RCMP knew it. He's already talked to him about it. He knew we knew it, and finally admitted it.
And that's where, again, being a deep empath, it breaks my heart just to know that all these people are impacted because of possibly the actions of.
And that's what pisses me off the most. Ziva, thank you so much, darling. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your membership. I appreciate your love. And that's what makes me lose sleep in this case, in these cases, not just this case, but in these cases, is that there are, in this case, 2 babies that are thrown out like garbage. And helicopter, if you just, like I said, Tamar, if you don't have mental, like you just can't handle it, it's not the lab for you tomorrow, for the members. It's bad. It's really bad. But what was I talking about before that? Oh, what keeps me up is that there is 2 babies in this case that don't have a final resting place. They're thrown out like trash. The world is so cruel sometimes to people who just absolutely didn't do a damn thing wrong. They just existed. And that's what pisses me off in these cases. 2 children just existed and were products of a very, very, in my opinion, very evil person, and others who sat by idly. Any involvement in the dark web? No. No. The officers with the cadaver dog was there to talk to Daniel. They had to keep their eyes on their dog at all times for signals. Yeah. Yeah. Enablers. Yeah. And there are, just because this is the thing with kids, man, is that, you don't pick who you're born into. You don't pick the family you're born into, the mother you're born into, the father, the stepfather. You don't pick your financial situation. You don't pick the country, the religion you're born into. You don't pick any of that. And, that's just kind of what you're born into. And then some people, you got some bad parents that's on rugs, or they got a hot head and they're abusive. In many different ways, in my opinion. Because, they've got their own issues. They're a product of that. And that is really sad to me. Same thing with Summer. But so many of these cases, there's generally a step parent, if you will. Maybe they might not be married, but we call them step parents, mom's boyfriend, dad's, whatever. There's a step parent, and most step parents are good, but there's some out there, there's parents, that unalive their kids every day, let alone step parents. But there is a disproportion to, the biological parent's partner. So that's why you got to pick really good. Relocate nicely. Yeah. Guys, I've been here at 3.5 hours. I will be live tomorrow. I'm going to be playing something tomorrow. Again, I'm going to disguise the voice. It's something that is very bad, very bad. And again, it's not that I want to do it members only or anything. It's just that I really have to do it members only because of YouTube. And again, if you are very sensitive and you just don't listen at all. And what else was I going to say? Everyone's innocent unless until proven guilty. It's as gross as it gets. It's as gross as it gets. And tomorrow I'll kind of talk about why I believe, in my opinion, why the RCMP is doing what they're doing, and how they're, in my opinion, one of 8 billion on the planet, how they are tying this together. Guys, I do not know what time exactly tomorrow it will be. I'm hoping it will be around 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern. It could be as late as 8, but just look for 6 to 8 p.m. Now, members, this is what we call a members only. You might not see me live unless you are under the members section on your device. It might show you I'm live. But if it doesn't, from 6 to 8 p.m., just kind of be checking out why or where, if I'm live there or not. So yeah. But again, it came from a really good source, in my opinion, and someone that's close. And if it's true, I think we've had these questions before. And one of the things, there's a couple things in this. It's not a long recording. It's very short, what I'm sharing at least. And what is in that recording is the other thing is it ties it, in my opinion, in to what Daniel's known history that he showed us himself. I think it could, Bonnie. I think it could. But it's very, very, very disturbing. And like I said, I believe whenever this goes to court, and I believe there will be charges, in my opinion, and I pray for that. I believe the RCMP we're going to be shocked, even beyond what we thought. That's just my opinion. Again, I'm one of 8 billion on the planet, but he's been charged for sexual assault, and forcible confinement. Yeah. Thank you, Lori, for becoming a member. Appreciate you, my love. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. Magdalena, very generous of you, my dear. You're very kind to me, dear. Appreciate you very, very much. Excuse me. Thank you, my love. If you guys receive that, make sure you thank our dear Magdalena in Truth and Beauty. Thank you so very much, my friend. I appreciate you very, very much. Very, very much. Very kind of you. And Carrie, thank you for becoming a member, my dear. I appreciate you very, very much. Really do. Yeah, it has to be on members only because it can't be shared on social media otherwise. So that's why it's not like I don't just want to tell you guys I just can't. All right, guys. Much love, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Granny. Appreciate you, my dear. Welcome to the Pearl family. Appreciate you. A clapping seal, Anastasia. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that they will. I think that the RCMP, I do think that they messed up some things in the beginning, but I think that they're playing it smart now. I really do. I think they're playing it smart now. They know just how bad it was, my opinion. And that's why I don't know how anybody can support Daniel, Malaya, or Janie. I just don't. It just, people that evil. Thank you, Miss Dolores, for gifting. I appreciate you, darling. You're very kind to me. Appreciate you very much. Guys, I've been here 3 hours and 31 minutes. Thank you, Tina. Appreciate you, babe. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kelly. Shannon, take care of yourself, baby. I'm always here if you need me. Miss Joyous, Happy, Brandy, Mohawk. Well, this is the thing. If you can't even share this on any social media without like a membership or something like that. And the reason is because it's what it says is bad. Like you can't just share it on YouTube or Facebook. It's bad. Yeah. So I need some ice cream. Yeah. Yeah. Well, to me, Magdalene, it's not even about people using it or anything like that. I don't care. It's to me, like, I'm not here to, you guys are generous to me. You guys are very kind to me. I'm not here to like say, oh, I've got this information, so I'm just going to put it behind here. It's that I literally can't any other way. You know what I mean? Like, someone wants to talk about it till the day of judgment for all I care. As long as it's helping Jack and Lilly story, fine. But like, I would never share this outside of that because you can't on social media. It's the content of the recording. Yeah. And again, I'm going to disguise the voice. It's about maybe a minute and a half long that I'm going to share. Maybe I've got some more stuff that I can share out as well. I need to go through tonight, but RCMP has it, and you'll hear part of that as well. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Special thanks to mods members, everyone in chat. You guys are amazing. Take good care of yourselves. Keep why now? Because I can talk about it. I've had a lot of things a long time. Some things a long time. And about 2 people know about it. And I think we're getting closer now. We're getting close to, I think, since I can talk about it now more with just not getting sick, and Daniel's charges are coming up. And I think, in my opinion, just my opinion, again, April, thank you so much for the gifts, honey. I appreciate you. I think it will show a path to why the RCMP is doing what they're doing. And I think Daniel absolutely knows. Again, it's separate. It's a separate case. But sometimes one case bleeds over to another. They're separate, but they found out things because of the case that they were searching or they were involved in before. You know what I mean? Justin had the police video of Stacy and did not see anything till Brandy had it released. Oh yeah. I had the police department accidentally sent me a confession video of Michael Vaughn, and I called him. I was freaking out, and I was like, I'm not supposed to have this. And they were like, oh my God. But I think they said, you can do what you want with it now because we gave it to you, but I would not, I did not put that out. I sat on that over a year. Because I would not do that. To Brandy's mom. I mean, I've made mistakes as a creator, things that I probably, not intentionally, but I wouldn't release it then. And I gave it to Brandy, and Brandy released it about a year later. Now that mofo is in court, getting ready to be, or is charged right now with murder. So that's Stacy Wandra we're talking about, not Daniel. But I believe it's coming for people in Jack and Lily's case as well. Miss Thornton, Sebastian's case is another difficult one. It's a very complicated case, in my opinion. And I think that there probably will be a resolution, hopefully. Oh yeah, just a clapping seal. They're gone. Yeah. It's not even, in my opinion, debatable. There's nothing else in the world that I would love to be proven wrong with, though. Prove me wrong on that one. I pray to God I'm wrong on that one, but yeah, they are, baby. Yes, in Michael's case, they sure are. Yeah. I hope Sebastian's solved. I think they're working really hard on it. They're working really hard on it. There's things there that I can't right now talk about either, but I believe there are people that know where Sebastian is. My theories have not changed on Sebastian. My theories have not changed on Summer. My theories haven't changed on Michael Vaughn. My theories haven't changed on Jack and Lilly. Michael's, it's Michael Joseph Vaughn. If you go, I have a playlist of Michael Vaughn, Brandy Vaughn and Tyler Vaughn. They're my friends. He's in Idaho. He's one of the only cases that I've seen that he was actually abducted by strangers. 100% strangers. Which is very rare. We have a country in the United States of about, 340 million? And maybe 5 or 6, 7, there's a damn thing where to go, are abducted a year. Absolute kid, stranger, danger abducted. And again, that was the same neighborhood as Michael lived in. Sebastian's case is difficult. It's very difficult. Yeah. I feel really bad for Seth. He drives me nuts sometimes. I'm not going to lie. But I feel really terrible for Seth. He moved out there just for his son. It was just Seth and Sebastian really against the world. It really hurts. You can't fool those circle flies, Justin. LOL. This is a fruit fly because of, I don't know if it's Remy eating the fruit or because I'm a fruit. I don't know. One or the other, but it likes fruit. And I bought like those little things you plug in that, like, I guess they little zap them or something. And I got those little cardboard things. Thank you, Miss Sharon. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. Let It Be. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you. And Deb, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you. Don't take yourself too seriously. People take themselves too seriously. I call myself a fruitcake, whatever, a queen, anything. I don't care. Life isn't that serious with laugh at yourself. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Justice for Jack and Lilly. Thank you, Sassy. Thank you, darling. And keep Shannon and everyone who's, having health battles right now. Also, if you guys would keep the ease in your prayers, they are truly, truly, I've met them in person. I just want to cry thinking about it. I've met Middle E in person, and he got to meet Remy. He had just had surgery whenever I saw him. And this is whenever we had the church gathering for Sebastian when I went to Tennessee. And truly just was the best family you could ever meet. The best family you could ever meet. And he is no longer here. And he has his grieving parents right now. So please keep the ease in your family. Keep the ease in your prayers. They are truly the most wholesome, good, as good as it gets. Truly. I'm not just saying that. Just the best parents you could lay eyes on. And, you know, their son had cancer, Cole. They have another child that had cancer. And they have another child that's special needs. And they still help try to find other kids, other people that are missing, vulnerable. They just don't get better than that. Love you guys. Appreciate you. I'm okay, Powderpuff. I'm okay. It's trauma. That is the club nobody wants to be in. Nobody wants to be in. Yeah. Love you guys. Appreciate you all. I've said bye about 77 times. Actually, you know what? You know what I'm going to play to lift our spirits so we don't go in such a heavy mood? We're going to play this song. If you want to listen to it, you can listen to it with me so I can laugh a little. If not, you guys can see you tomorrow. Otherwise, but if my internet will work, hold on one second. I don't know why it does that. All right, y'all ready? It's a good song. It's a really good song.
Daniel, can I come by when the school bell rings? After school, we can hang out where Janie says she keeps that thing. The mystery pool. Daniel showed up with a story to tell, but the details started ringing that bell. One little claim, then another one too. Now everybody's asking, sir, what did you do? Jenny said there's something out back, but the map came in with a full clap back. We zoomed in close, we looked real cool, but baby, we still can't find that pool. After school, where's the pool? Tell the truth, the whole chat's looking right at you. Janie's pool is hard to find. We've been looking, but we must be blind. Janie's pool is out of sight. Was it ever even there that night? Daniel, what's the rule? Can we swim in Janie's non-existent pool? Everybody wants to know what's going on because the pool is gone. Daniel said this, then Daniel said that. Now the timeline's doing acrobatics, round and round like a carnival ride. But the truth don't run and the facts don't hide. Janie's talking like she knows the scene, but the backyard's looking pretty clean. No diving board, no floaties, no clue, just a whole lot of questions and a missing pool. After school, where's the pool? Tell the truth. Clutch Crime Files is watching you. Janie's pool is hard to find. We've been looking, but we must be blind. Janie's pool is out of sight. Was it ever even there that night? Daniel, what's the rule? Can we swim in Janie's non-existent pool? Everybody wants to know what's going on because the pool is gone. One claim, two claims, three claims, four. Every time you talk, we get 10 more. 5 red flags and a mystery too. Still no sign of Janie's pool. Google Earth said, baby, I don't know. The backyard said, there ain't no show. The chat said, Justin, zoom in more. But we still can't find what we're looking for. Daniel, can I come by when the school bell rings? After school, we can hang out where Janie says she keeps that thing. The mystery pool. Janie's pool is hard to find. We've been looking, but we must be blind. Janie's pool is out of sight. Was it ever even there that night? Daniel, what's the rule? Can we swim in Janie's non-existent pool? Everybody wants to know what's going on because the pool is gone. Oh, after school. Oh, where's the pool? Oh, tell the truth. We still can't find Janie's pool.
I think that the bucket isn't. Yeah. Yep. That's right. That's right. I think that's a very good song, if you ask me. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. It's 11:38 p.m. here. I've been up since 5:30 this morning, and I got to be up at 5:30 again in the morning. So, yeah. All right, guys. They are. If Durwood keeps flattering me, I might have to make one about Durwood too. We'll see. Taking up Aaron and Durwood. All right, guys. Love you. Hey, Kier. Good to see you, baby. Good to see you, honey. All right, guys. Night. Good night, darling. Appreciate you. All right, everyone. See you guys tomorrow, Lord willing. Get some rest. Take care of yourselves, your loved ones. You only get so many trips around the sun. Good night.